This is international soccer celebrity Chris Doran, and you're listening to ACES Radio.
Previously on ACES Radio.
Everything is fucked until Brent Miller gets back. That's right, Brent, you dirty bitch! How dare you! Get over there and buy us stuff. I'm gonna go to Ace Hardware and...
Turn up your goddamn radio and quit
Yeah.
bitching.
I'm out of here, bitches. Yes. Can I come in? Somebody throw something at that bitch. And then you'd scurry away like a scared ferret. Yeah. Fuck him. That's why. Traps. The biggest fucking punk bitch in all of soccer. Chlamydia.
Blah, 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 and whatever.
Oh, wait, what?
I just checked the news.
Sweet baby monkey testicles. Ride and roll. This is just something I would guess as a man who doesn't know anything.
That's a third.
Suck my balls,
Technically still not.
Because we don't know because of we'll never know.
I didn't sleep at all last night.
Oh, what a dirty bitch. Art. I was aggressive and I was insulting, and you need to respond to me. Butthole. Sliding into that sweet, sweet release of death. And I'm a media boy, and I keep it in my pants to look at it. And
Are you trying to fuck the governor, or what's happening?
I do agree with that, John.
Let me smash.
Why does it burn when I pee?
Is this his real voice?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Columbus Partnership didn't even fucking...
That's not how science works.
Would you take a pound of cheese and poop on it?
They're not delicious in these forms.
Because I want you to die.
That's fair. I believe that he went to do crystal meth, but from their wankus.
Trey, have you?
I can't promise I will never touch my thing again.
Don't.
I've got an ass, and I want to grind.
Morgan is just as oily and acne-ridden today as he was at 13.
I'd like to invite you to lick my balls. A lot of drinking, a lot of hiding your emotions, a lot of disappointment.
I heard that his favorite lubricant is actually High C Orange.
Your governor's
Wait.
Hold on, wait.
What is this, a weather segment? Darby, give this baby dick?
Oh my fucking god, dude.
Daddy had his drinking pants on that game. I have 0 fucks left to give about this season. What? Oh my fucking god. Hold on. Why the fuck are all these things going in me?
Maybe that's what it was.
I've been putting my hand into enough things in our house. You know, with the stretching of your butt, we have little jumbo babies. What are they called? Sausage house? 800 years old, which is what 100 plus 700 equals. Oh, Kieran Culkin is my youngest son. So, suck my balls. Take a breath.
Which
Come
family
from
were you
Shopify Joe.
Old tiny baby cock. Take it easy, Ralph. That was pretty rapey. Okay. I'll lose control of my bowels. I'll poop
Still
all over the
describing
inside
every
of
day
my
of my
legs.
Well, you can suck his nuts, Porter.
I'm Dan Quayle. I don't spell tomatoes right.
That's pretty dang cool.
Shall we begin?
You are now listening to an altogether less fashionable variety of soccer podcast. Broadcasting live from the capital city of Columbus, Ohio. Welcome to
ACES Radio.
I got the new wings with the Zima flavor sauce.
I've given this no thought whatsoever.
Hashtag probably riding cock.
They're in your face. They're a little different. I think it's super cool. I love them. Jamie, you ignorant slut.
Hold on to your butts.
Now, here are your hosts, Morgan Hughes, John Zadar, and Darby Schnarpus.
Yeah, baby. Ignorant sluts, shitlords, and celebrity fans alike. If you're hearing the sound of my voice, it's already too late. You're tuned in to the latest, the lamest, and possibly last episode of ACES Radio. It's a Buffalo Bills podcast only. Coming up tonight on the program, Cruisers FC back on the winning ways. They pick up 3 points at home last Saturday against the Impact. The panel will discuss cracking the code. Tonight it makes its triumphant turn as we try to decipher what Tim Bazvichenko means when he uses words. Man balls are backstraps, and they're thrown about as liberally as ever. I welcome you back to the show, my friend. I remind you, as always, that somebody eventually had to hire Josh Wolf. Then on segment 2, the rarest of all rare treats, as a celebrity guest, unlike any other, which we mean as a compliment, stops by the show. Henry Cronale is here, bitches. Other than Drabs, he's the oldest crew fan in existence. How does he feel about things and stuff? You tune in to find out. On segment 3, we head live on Periscope for your hot takes, a.k.a. the battle for the grand prize, and Sweet Mother of God. A long jam at the top of the standings this week, fellas, is users A, B, C, D, E, F, and Setting the Table return with 3 minutes of hot take supremacy. Prediction scores, prediction updates, cruisers versus Metro Stars, Hang On Tour, the Ads Attack War, and so much fucking more. Brought to you as always by benevolent corporate overlord sponsors Blood and Urine and broadcasting live from the beautiful front room here at Endeavor Brewing Company. My name is the continuing champion Morgan Hughes, aka Officer Carol Seaver. And I'm joined, as always, by Triple A, the absentee amateur artist himself, Captain Jean-Luc, the wet boys at R, everyone's favorite ancient ruin, Darby, the 40-year-old man-child Schnarfus. Fellows, mapadres, lads from different dads, brothers from different mothers, and amigos de Guillermo. How in the hell have you been?
Really excited to be here on segment 1, which is being recorded in the proper order as it always is.
Drabs, as you know, we do this because it's a thing.
Same way, every time. Segment 1, then segment 2, then segment 3. There's no other way to do it.
I'm an in-order boy. They call me the order man.
Yeah.
They call me O-boy.
You're basically like autistic in your need for order. So
Yeah.
We always do things the exact same way.
When they come up to me and they says, Morgan, what do you like? And I says, things to be touched. I like things to be done.
Pizza with absolutely nothing on it but cheese and sauce.
He likes tomatoes on his
Great.
pizza.
John, do we do a mic check with you?
That's the sauce.
Your levels are pretty low, bruh.
No, because you started the show without me.
Great.
Well, how could we have started the show without you when you're here and this is segment 1, which is the first segment that's being recorded?
Well, maybe I walked in during the intro, Darby.
But you did.
It's almost like you are giving up the real deal here.
No, segment 1.
Here.
Which came first.
Hold on. We're just going to go ahead and unplug this. We're just going to do that.
Morgan's doing things with
Oh,
cords.
Jesus.
This always
What the
goes
fuck
well.
was that?
Something just came apart in a fashion that was not intended to come apart.
Super confused. Oh, okay. There it is.
John's beer is sliding across the table, which is at a
Hold on a
45-degree angle.
Okay, John, go ahead and try to do it now.
So if I was going to
there
give you
it
a
is.
room according to your strength based off that, we would be touching.
I almost got electrocuted to death.
You would be sitting.
Well, there
on
wasn't
his
any
lap.
electricity involved, so I don't know why that
I had to set up a fourth.
There was a gas line, and so Morgan nearly got electrocuted by it.
I had to set up a fifth mic in case Karen
Like to see it.
had to talk for Henry. And now AJ is breaking
would
it.
have to talk
But
to Henry in
they
segment
weren't
2.
on the show yet.
Brent
Yeah.
Miller, everyone. Oh my god!
In case she
True.
does have to talk for Henry.
Yeah, in case she does. But and she will, and so we'll plug it back in.
I mean,
later.
you don't know for sure. There's no way of knowing if she will need to speak.
So, John, now that you're here, you
Yeah.
can be fine.
Okay.
And
Mr.
moving
Poopy
the
Pants?
fuck on. No pieces of housekeeping, lads, because it's not 7:51 p.m. at all. We haven't already recorded segment 2. Cruisers FC taking on Montreal Impact FC. The Fighting Drogba leg locks at Cruisers FC Palace, brought to you and built by ZZ Boots, Wildman's Leather and Lace. Formation, you're familiar, 4-2-3-1 with Eloy Room. I'm assuming that's how you say his name. Eloy?
Aloy.
Nah, I'm pretty sure it's Eloy. It's
Aloy.
like a metal.
No, you pronounce the E like an A, not like an I.
Look at me, I'm
Definitely not like an
aluminum Roy. In net, awful Williams, Keita, and Francis across the back, trapping Artur in the middle. Argudo, Sanch, and Akam on the wings, and attacking mid. Your boy Jossie's Artis up top. Your subs, Jimenez comes on for Francis in the 45th because of ouchies, because little tiny baby legs being hurt. Crognale, or however you say his last name, for Williams in the 56, and Luis Diaz comes on for David Acom, future Nashville FC boy, in the 74th. Your cards, Artur picks up a yellow in the 17th for the Cruisers FC. Josh Williams picks up another yellow in the 53rd. And then a guy named Bakare Sagan picks up a red for the Montreal Impact in the 55th minute, and it was deserved and deserved. Goals, Josh Williams gets us off the schneid in the 6th minute with a header. I guess a header is what you would call that in the 6th minute. And then a guy named Zachariah Dabami in the 2nd minute of stoppage time in the first half. David Acom makes it 2-1 Cruisers FC in the 46th minute. After VAR review, we'll get into that in just a minute. Drabs, we go to you first. Quite a turnaround week. A point on the road on Wednesday and then a win at home on Saturday to snap a 10-game winless streak that dated all the way back to May 8th. Your takeaways from the week that was, my friend.
I mean, you averaged 2 points a game across the season. You're up there. We should have been doing this the whole season. I don't know what the fuck took Porter so long to figure out this is how things should go. If
He's like, you want us to win? Okay.
The whole time instead of having a fucking skid mark of a mid-third of a season, we'd be in great shape.
Right.
That being said, apparently we still can't do set pieces right, but, whatever.
Offensively or defensively? Or both?
I mean, we got a goal off a set piece, so that was good. But, yeah, apparently our defending is still somewhat lacking.
Because I'd say,
that's a heavily coached segment of the game, incidentally, I would argue.
Well, let's get to that. Let's go to that, because we're not going to spend a lot of time in this game, because we want to go forward and go forth, as they say in the industry.
We don't want to talk about the win.
Yeah. Horrible marking on the Montreal goal, which is becoming a theme for this team when defending set pieces. John Zadar, welcome to the program. We're going to go to you as a soccer boy, as they say about you. And anytime I go to abandoned buildings
ball
to do
boy
crystal
is
math,
what they call him.
to
They call
inject
him
myself
the
with
biggest
drugs.
ball boy.
They say, ooh, John Zadar, he's a soccer boy. And they say, I'm a soccer
That's
boy.
what you guys talk about when you do the drugs?
I'd say, I'd like one drug, please. I'd like a pile of drugs. And they're like, that'll be one
the cocaine
pile of
weekend.
money.
How much does the drug cost?
They're like, wait, you smell like a sack of balls. Are you friends with Sean Sitar? And I say, yeah, and he's on as a soccer boy. What do you, how do you defend better on set pieces, soccer boy?
How do you defend better?
That's the question, John.
I mean, I would prefer man-to-man coverage on set pieces, and then I would put guys on the posts. But
what's the why
are we
do
afraid
zone
of
defense?
posts?
Like it's like we're fucking guarding Steph, Curry and Kevin Durant.
I mean, why? I don't know. I guess you could. I guess if you believe that it's more important to keep certain guys in certain areas, like if you really want to make sure that the tallest dudes are in the center, the very center of the box, assuming that's where they're aiming the ball, then great.
Yeah.
But if it's not,
what if the other team consistently beats you to the far post because you're playing zone? Is it still good to do that?
Well, no, Darby.
Okay.
If you're consistently getting beaten at the thing that you're doing, you're not doing it well, and you should either stop doing it altogether or switch.
But
See,
Caleb
this is a
Porter.
strategy.
Wait, Brett. This is why we have the soccer boy for this hard-hitting analysis, and I want to hear more about why Caleb Porter is bad at coaching set pieces.
I don't know why he's bad at coaching set pieces.
But we can establish that he's bad at coaching.
I mean,
set
it
pieces.
seems like it.
Yeah.
But did you hear his halftime comments? He was
Yeah.
asked specifically about it, and he said they called man-to-man. I don't know why they called that.
Right.
So he said they were playing man-to-man when they gave up the goal.
There are three of them, and you as the coach should
I don't
be
think
the
that's
one
the
that...
quote. Was that was the incorrect? The incorrect quote, right?
Also, and to be fair, I don't know how professional set piece play calling works.
I do. You
It
can
seems
ask
to
me
me
about that.
if the players on the field have said, you know what, fuck what the coach said, we need to do our own thing, that maybe says something, and it's not something great.
I wouldn't read too necessarily. I mean,
I don't know how.
I don't love Porter, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
say that the players on the field deciding that they're going to try a different thing is indicative of the quality of the coach. I mean, I think players probably do that all the time.
Yeah, and
they're
I have
the ones
no idea
in there
how it
doing
works,
it,
but
right?
it
Like,
just
that's like
seems
saying
not great.
Yeah, I mean, they're the ones doing the actual job. I think they would know better. If Alex is posted up on this guy for 2 or 3 set pieces in a row, and he's like, I'm just getting beat. Like, I can't stick with him. Then you switch. Like, it doesn't matter if Porter said, I want you on this guy. If Alex is losing it, then it makes sense for him and Mensah to swap or whoever the partner is.
Single Alex out. How dare you?
That's just who I thought of. It's almost like half of his fucking family was here today.
And who makes that call? Incidentally, like what? I mean,
that's not like
what
I don't
player,
think that's like.
But I mean, it requires coordination, right? So if you're supposed to be playing zone, and you as an entire defense switch to man, somebody has to like make that call and tell everybody. And I'm
well, I
curious
mean,
to
not
know
necessarily. I
how
mean,
that
it could
works.
just be like an instinctual thing, right? Like, I mean, if they've been playing man-to-man defense for the last, I don't know, maybe 5 years under another coach, and that's their instinctive nature is to say, like, to even if they don't consciously recognize that they're doing it. I mean, I think that's an easy thing that you could subconsciously fall into, is saying, like, okay, I see this guy here.
Sure.
I'm just gonna naturally follow his run.
Right, but like our zone setup is basically 4 guys along the 6-yard line. So if you switch to man, where you are like, I would assume all 4 guys are then leaving that line because generally your attackers aren't setting up there. So is it like one player decides to man mark and then everybody else follows him? I don't know. I'm curious.
I mean, I don't think zone
change would even happen.
For me on set pieces, I don't think zone marking makes sense ever. Personally, just because you can't predict what the strategy is of the other team, be it just like a random kick or a like drawn up play. Mm-hmm. You don't know where those guys are running, and playing zone could very easily mean that Alex is on the back post, and now his zone is flooded with 3 or 4 guys.
Sure. Yeah, you overload
people
a
aren't
zone
sticking
to beat
to their zones, so no one tracked those guys, and now Alex is to hopefully win this header over 4 dudes. Like, it doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense to me unless you really do have just like this huge dominant aerial force. Which, I mean, theoretically we could maybe have, but because we do have a lot of tall guys on that defensive line sometimes, but it just depends on who's in there.
Zone defense in basketball is an excuse for lazy white men to not try.
So your preferred defense is what you're saying.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. 100, like if I'm on a team and they're like, we're going to go man, only man, and we're going to full court press, I'm like, but I don't enjoy trying.
It's definitely more exhausting.
Yes, that's 100%. Exactly right. Yeah,
but like again, you're professionals. You're not in a
like Thad Matta, for instance. Like Jim Boeheim at Syracuse runs a zone like exclusively, but he coaches like a very active zone. Thad Matta, for example, like from Ohio State perspective, would run a zone because he only has 6 guys he trusts, and he doesn't want them to be tired from playing defense. In soccer, it doesn't work like that. So my whole thing is like, why are you running a zone when you?
I don't think you can ever run a true zone where dudes stay in their zone.
And I would say that like soccer defense is primarily a zone. Obviously, like you're playing in your area and whatever the fuck. But like when you have a set piece, like pick a fucking guy and you go, this guy does not score, right? Mm-hmm. How does that like? I guess. John, like, how does that not work out? Like, what are you risking if you play man?
Hey, this guy. Oh, man to man.
Yeah.
What are you risking? I don't think you're necessarily risking
the same
anything.
as like in basketball that you know your guy's going to figure out a
way
to get to the ball first.
You're kind of like drafting, right? You're saying like I'm matching this guy with this guy and this guy with this guy and this guy with this guy, and you're hoping that your matchups win every time. That's the risk. That's the only risk. You're risking that like they've got 4 good aerial dudes and we've only got 3. That means that there's always going to be one guy who's kind of on.
But I'd also point out that in soccer, like screens are illegal. Like you can't fucking do that. You can't just like body up a dude and run him over like you can in basketball.
I mean,
I just don't understand what the fuck the point of a zone defense is in soccer.
But it's not the same as basketball, right? Basketball screen is like a 3-person interaction. Right, whereas like set pieces in soccer involve a lot more bodies, and they're all kind of going to the same spot.
So the idea is there will be someone, regardless of what you're doing, to meet you.
Like theoretically.
And every time I see it run, it's like, oh shit, someone's unmarked.
Yeah.
Whether or not they score.
Well,
is
I think that's
thing.
just because it's like zone
Josh
defense
Williams'
is just,
goal.
Zone defense is just too confusing because then when you're like, this is my area. Oh, now there's multiple guys in my area. Which one do I cover? I can't cover both of them. And then if there's 2 people that end up making the same decision to cover the same guy, then that means that this dude is overcovered and this guy is completely uncovered. And that guy is inevitably going to be the one that like gets the ball. Of course,
zone defense giveth and it taketh away because Josh Williams was unmarked in the goal that we scored, and then he chose to not mark in the goal that was scored against us.
And the zones in soccer are huge, right? Like that, basically on a set piece, like not anywhere within the 18 really, because that's unrealistic to score a header from like the corner of the box, but like anywhere from the width of the goalie's box to about the penalty area is like, if not a little bit farther, is pretty fair game for like what you could score off of a header. And so that's just like, that's an immense area. And there's, upwards of probably like, what are we looking at? Like 18 bodies going into that realistically. Like the goalie's back at the other goal. There's probably at least one defender, if not two, sitting back as well, and probably one attacker to receive out passes. So yeah, you're like that's like 18 bodies in an area that big. They're gonna run into each other. You're gonna lose your mark. Like you may be losing your mark, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, and I would say a zone is probably the easiest thing to plan against on set pieces. If you know that. Like, we basically always line up, if we're doing zone, like, there are 4 guys along the 6-yard line. It's super easy, if you know that's coming, to design something, whether you're running picks, whether you're putting the ball further out, whatever it is. If you know that's the exact setup, you can plan so well against that.
Right, and it's an easy thing, right? You play it out deeper. You play the ball to the penalty spot, right? Mm-hmm. And so then what's the natural progression of what happens? Either those guys on the defensive side see that that's the plan and they step to the penalty spot, in which case now it's fucking fair game. Who knows what's going to happen?
Right. You can get a runner behind them.
Stop kicking it there, maybe. You start kicking it back to where they originally are set up, or they stay pat and you just keep serving into the fucking penalty spot, right? Like it's a lose-lose situation almost for the defense. Yeah.
I would say you get the ball into foul line extended, and then 3 guys are going to collapse on you. You either kick it out to the wings for a wide open perimeter shot, or you dump it down low.
Naturally,
is that what I'm saying? Okay, 4 pieces of I don't want to say housekeeping. We'll say like quick hits. ACES Radio now, ACES Radio exclusive. Little hot baby kicks, little hot twin kicks. You ever had twins drives and they kick you in the face real quick? Ooh, we got 2 babies kicking you in the face. Here we go. Ooh, I'm an ACES Radio twin baby. I just gave birth to myself.
Don't like that at all.
A calm goal. Great vision by Sanch. Put the ball through to a combo. Calmly finishes. VAR overturns an offside call that would engage with the goal. Good call or bad call?
The VAR call?
Yeah.
I mean, we scored. I think it's good. And it was a very quick review. Again, I didn't replay the game once I got home, so drunk me on the sidelines thought it was a good call.
All right.
It was a quick review, which to me says it's probably pretty cut and dry, but
okay.
I don't know.
I disagree. I think he was offside. Brett Miller, I don't know why.
Did you rewatch the game, Morgan?
Of course I did.
Okay. Sure?
And I regret going to you, but we'll do this. Alloy Room, I believe it's aluminum. Alloymium?
Yep, that's right.
He makes his debut. General thoughts?
I thought he looked pretty good. Made that one pretty quick save, diving to his right. Got him in the game. There might have been a time or two where he looked out of position to me. But other than that, I mean, he did his job. And, I mean, we haven't had a shot stopper like him in a while since Zach left. So.
A while? That's like 2 entire games. That's great, though.
I also did think
Zach's been gone for more than 2 games.
Yeah, okay.
So.
I think even the one that he let in, he got a hand on.
He did.
Yeah,
Bendick wouldn't have even moved for that ball. So
he would have.
That's a defensive breakdown. That's like no goalie's going to save that.
Yeah,
Bendick would have moved towards that ball once it was stationary in the back of the net.
Yeah, once it
to
was.
Be fair,
Yeah.
Come on. John Zadar, we go to you. Jossie's artist with a couple big misses that he needs to at least put on frame. You worried about Jossie?
I don't know. He's just back. So, and there's lots of new pieces coming in. So, I'm pretty open to seeing what happens with lots of people at this point. Right? Like no one else is. I don't think any of these guys are moving out of the team at this point. I think we've just basically brought people in, and we're going to try to fit a different looking puzzle together.
Also,
how do new pieces on the team cause you to miss like wide open shots right in front of the net?
Brent, shut your mouth, you dirty bitch.
What?
How do new pieces on the team
Where's
cause
your
you to miss
12-volt
wide
battery
open shots?
I don't know, Brent. Well, how
For
do
the
they?
net.
How do
Brent's
they?
been
That's
using
what I'm asking. That was
High
your
C
excuse for it.
Orange as lubrication in the back of the McDonald's when he's smoking crystal meth, getting pounded in the beehole.
Whoa. Yeah, we talked about you when you were gone, by the way.
Shit got dark.
This is in episode 126, Brent. That joke will make sense. Drabs are good.
I mean,
to you.
all strikers miss shots.
As many as he has
Especially
this
when
season,
they play for the
as
crew.
wide open
100
as
piece.
I would
he's
argue
been.
that he hasn't missed a lot of shots this season because he's only played like half the games we've played.
I would argue that even in those half, he has missed a lot of wide
Well,
open
you're
shots.
allowed to make that argument.
Actually,
We're allowed to have
I'm-
different
I'm
opinions.
on the side of
but he's
the
also still the leading
crystal
goal
meth
scorer
addict.
on the team. So when are some other people going to score goals? I'll ask you that as a response.
Boom.
What if those were
fair,
both fair perspectives?
Yeah.
Right. That's
What if
what
it
I
weren't
said. But he
either
won't.
or?
He won't let it go.
No,
So
they can both be fair. But to say that there's new pieces on the team, so Giassi missing is okay, that doesn't make sense to me.
Why are you saying it like that, Jai?
It changes the attack strategy, right? It changes the. You're saying like his name is two different names, and you're combining them. It's just Giassi's.
Okay. I don't think you're the person to be criticizing people for mispronouncing words, Morgan.
First of all, I think I am.
Remember when he wasn't here last week?
What if you're fair about criticizing my pronunciations, and I'm also fair about how stupid you are when you say Jayas, man? It's like 3 names. You're like, what if I combine 100 names in one? And it's unnecessary. I'm just the boy that
this
does
isn't
that.
Master Report. Pronounce the players' names correctly, please.
Oh, my fucking God. Hate to see that. Drabs. Last little hot baby hot take, whatever we're calling this. Luis Diaz now with about 45 minutes of game action between the game in Bridgeview and Saturday against the Impact. Thoughts so far?
I mean, I like what I see in the early returns. He's like what you probably hoped Cristian Martinez was going to be. Just that young guy. He's got fire, but he seems a little more under control than Martinez was. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy. This is a legitimate threat, especially if the play moving forward is going to be Pedro in central attacking midfield. You need that difference maker winger, and he seems like he can be the guy. I mean, obviously everybody was excited when he came in and had an assist right away, but I think we might have found a guy, and I think that's really been Bez's goal, is to find young guys, not even just with potential. It's like potential that's already starting to be realized. I don't know that he's going to have 5 assists and 3 goals by the end of the season, but it wouldn't shock me if he did. You like to see it. I know everybody is really high on Argudo right now, but I don't know that he's the long-term solution on the wings. I think he's a stopgap right now. He's doing well, but you need somebody better in the long run, and I feel like Diaz definitely has that potential.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Fantastic. We're going to skip over color impressions because everyone knows what we would say. John would say black, like the color of his heart. Drabs would say brown, like the color of a horse's coat. And I would say yellow, like the Columbus Crew. Let's move on. Drabs, what if I told you there was a cure for the scourge? That is how bad I have to pee right now.
Is it having an unnecessarily long new segment that we're going to feature?
Yes, it is.
It is
exactly
going
that.
to the bathroom during the 20-minute break that you insisted on having?
I should have done that, but instead I sat and I drank more beer. It's knowledge.
And now,
Whoop-de-doo.
an ACES radio exclusive.
What does it all mean, Grandpa?
Cracking the code. They say it.
Everything we do is for the city.
What?
We explain it.
Who we are is for the city.
I understand you.
You reap the benefits.
What? They speak English and what? What? English, motherfucker. Do you speak it? Yeah.
And it's all for Columbus.
For Columbus, indeed. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls alike. It's another edition of Cracking the Code, which is going to be called Greg's Explanations. But then Greg Berhalter was fired by Crew SC because they moved to Austin, Texas. And they don't... Nope. As it turns out, we saved the crew. Oh, fantastic. This week's Cracking the Code clip comes to us from none other than the hot boy, the top lad, the number one man-child, known as Tim Bezbachenko. So I goes to Tim Bezbachenko's house. That's how you say that. And I say, hey, Tim. And he's like, did I give you my address? And I was like, no. Cool story. And I breathed onto the nape of his neck, which is like where the hair meets the back. And I said, let me breathe on that. Give me that. And he says, hey, this is super, super rapey. And I says, oh, shit. Yeah, hey, I'm a journalist. What's going on in the transfer window? And he has the following to say in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, it's me, Tim Bezbachenko. You know how we do. We signing players. We trading players. I got all the time and game up in this bitch, and we not gonna stop until we sign every attacking player in the world on those motherfucking free transfers. And you know why I'm all up inside of them second-round draft picks. Oh yeah, this is my league, bitches. And y'all just watching me do what I do and how I do when I do it. Give me room according to my strength. Hashtag YOLO swag 24/7 blaze. Let me smash.
Wow. That was aggressive. Even after I was pretty aggressive on his back porch, he still said that. That's, wow. Drabs, all this to say, this is really not your traditional cracking the code clip.
Right.
We are using this as an excuse to, if you look at the hot area known as the Reddit.
Pornhub.
Yeah, Pornhub. There was a thing on the Massive this week where you had to like rank who were the top lads and like the hottest boys on Crew SC.
Yeah, you gave him like letter grades.
Yeah, and John was like on the Slack, and he was like, "What if we talk about our hot boy rankings?" And so I said, "You know, I like to talk about which hottest of the boys are how hot that is." And so you said yes, and now we're going to do that. So instead of talking about all of the moves, of which there are many, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
6.
S, which stands for what?
Superstar.
Superstar, and then we're going to give you A, B, C, D, E, and F.
Not
and
E.
G, and H, possibly.
No.
Drabs, start with you. We're going to go with S, and we're going to go around the table. Brent, I'm assuming you don't have rankings. Okay, so me, Drabs, and John. Drabs, go with your S's. Who, and this means like these are the superstars. They cannot be traded. They cannot be sold. This is the future of the franchise. Back to you.
I mean, that might be. I sort of took it as like these are your game-changing players, both in terms of like making things happen and also their absence will be most notable on the field. That they have the potential to affect your season.
So you're ranking them based actually on like talent, not like how critical they are to the roster, which is how
like,
I rank them.
a little of both. It's. I mean, they are correlated.
That's how I rank
because talent and irreplaceability can be. They're not always, but
whatever.
There's a connection.
Who cares? Let's just.
I mean, the good news is I only have 2 of the S's. So
Okay.
basically, I have Milton Valenzuela and I have Aloy Room. I know we have a small sample size with him, a little bit larger if you look at Curaçao's play in the Gold Cup. But I think I already see. I'm not saying he's a Zach Steffen, but I'm saying he's a guy that can affect the outcome of a game. And if he's not playing, you're going to see a significant drop off at the position.
Okay, John.
And obviously Valenzuela. I mean, we've seen that. So
your S's.
Darby's wrong. There are no S's on the roster.
That's totally fair.
Roasted.
If people want to make that argument, I can't disagree with it. This is relative term. This is not like, oh, this is the Messi of our team. But yeah,
I also did it in a from a perspective of like these people are untouchable. Should we get where we're going? These people need to be good. I think that's how I interpreted it. Like they are untouchable because of their positions or because of how much we
maybe
pay
like.
them.
Another team would have to pay us a metric fuck ton of money to take them from us. Could be another way.
Yeah,
of
or
looking
if
at
they
that.
get injured, like it's problematic.
I structured mine basically solely on like if I was to build a roster from the ground up.
I was also drunk
So
on
you
a
gave them all
Tuesday
Fs.
night. I don't really remember why.
No, I did not.
So I have 3 S's.
Who would I be interested in?
I also have Milton Valenzuela. I also have Aloy Room, and I have Jonathan Mensah. Let's go to the A levels. Drabs, go to you.
Okay, so I have then Mensah, Higuain, and Awful here.
All right.
How dare you?
That sucks and it's sad. John.
I mean, those are your best players
for
that aren't the
A
superstars.
level. I think the most important players for the roster moving forward are Artur, Valenzuela, Mensah, Room, Argudo, Hansen, Sorrow, and Zardes.
Jesus, that's
You
a
are
lot.
putting Argudo and Artur on the same level as those other players.
Yeah, they're young guys that have a lot of promise.
All right,
We're
okay.
not basing it off of the same qualifiers.
Also,
at
John
all,
had
it seems
0
like.
I know, you're
S
basing
levels,
yours
so.
on doing heroin.
Well, I'm basing mine off of if I had to build a roster with the players
Roasted.
we currently have, who would stay and who would go.
Oh, you hate to hear it.
Okay, if doing heroin is what we're basing it off
Hate
of,
to
like
hear it,
Andres
says the guy who
Mendoza, number
ranked
1.
The goalie who's only played 90 minutes for us at S tier. Okay.
Artur has shit the bed
Go
for the
ahead.
entire season, but go ahead and build a roster. Right?
Okay, my A level, which again I,
don't
will
believe
say,
that the current form of the players is applicable to their actual potential.
I think here's what Drabs and I are not ranking it on like talent. We're ranking it on like this is their importance. I feel like Anyway, that's what I'm doing. My A level is Will Trapp, Harrison Awful, and Jossie Zardes.
Now, here's the question. Are you ranking them based off of, do you think that they're important under Caleb Porter?
They
Because
must
I'm not.
be good.
I'm
good.
ranking them off of, are
So
they good
you just
players
ranked on
overall?
sheer
Yeah.
talent. Is that
Yeah.
fair?
Yeah.
Okay, then
Yeah.
everyone's an F for me. Is that fair?
I mean, it's fair. It's wrong, but it's fair.
That's
Yeah.
a fair perspective.
Okay, Drabs, B level players. Go ahead.
Okay. My B level would have Pedro, Jossie, Diaz, Romario Williams, Josh Williams, Will Trapp, and Gaston Sorrow.
Okay, John, B level.
My B is Kaida, Francis, Pippa, Apoku, J.J. Williams, Trapp, Abubakar, Harrison, and Cronale.
All right. My B level is now we're really getting to. I think I'm going to recognize some of these people, but we've signed so many that.
Yeah.
Geez.
Oh, I didn't rank any of the new dudes.
Oh, I still did.
Other than Room, I didn't rank any of the other four. They're all in an unranked category that I added.
So I said B level: Higuain, Sauro, Artur, Sanch. I think that's a com.
Yeah. Also, Imager didn't have
Luis
high resolution
Diaz.
photos, so.
And Kada. So those are my B level. Drabs, your C level.
Okay. My C level, we have Ricardo Clark, Alex, Waylon Francis, Argudo, Jordan Hamilton, Hector, John Kempen. Let's see. That's a com. Nico Hansen, Sosa, Apoku. That's the new. That's Eunice, and Boubacar Keita.
His name is
I
just
didn't
so
even
stupid.
register what he was talking about for a second. I was like, what?
The Eunice is a C.
Yeah.
The Weenus is definitely an A.
I have to assume this is the level that most of the players are
Yeah,
going to fit
it's
in for us.
like-
It certainly is for me.
Nearly half of my roster. is
Any
at the C level.
general
C?
any general thoughts or notes about that level?
I mean, just these are guys who they're fine. I mean, that's really. I basically I sort of filled the C in last. Like it just here's the people who aren't making a huge impression one way or the other.
Okay, John Zadar, your C level.
I feel the same. These are guys that I wouldn't hate if they were on my team, but I wouldn't go out of my way to try to keep them. It's Hector Jimenez, Pedro Sanch, Sosa, and Josh Williams.
Jesus, that's not that many on C. All right. My C level, I'll say, there are people on this level that I would both go, I don't care whether or not you ever play for the Crew again, and there are people where I think they have an absolute future, but I just don't know enough about them because either they're new or they're so, young.
Should you be putting those two people in the same
Yes, and
tier?
I did, John.
Well, it's
so.
better than just not ranking them. At all. How dare you?
Okay, so here's where I'm
I'm
going
not going to rank guys I know nothing about.
I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I also
we
don't-
always prejudge people. That's basically what this
I also
show
don't
is.
watch a lot of Crew soccer. So, who's that? Who's the guy with the giant mouth? John Kempen?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. John Kempen, Waylon Francis, who I regret not putting in the D level now. What's his name? Hector Jimenez, the guy who's trying to fuck my sister. Oh, Eduardo Sosa.
Actually, don't even try and name them.
Okay.
Just give descriptions of how you know them.
But
Alex-
don't do Henry Cronale description.
I won't. All right. Alex Cronale, Luis Argudo. That guy. Jesus.
That other guy.
Who's,
The one in the
who's this
gray
guy right
shirt?
here? Here, look, I'll zoom in on him. What's his name? Right there. That guy.
I don't even
That's
know.
Nico Hansen.
Nico Hansen.
Yes. He's so hot right now.
The two new
Been on the
boys.
team 4
The two new lads, Jordan Hamilton and Romario Williams. And then that guy. Oh, Eunice. Right?
Yeah.
Eunice Mokhtar.
Yeah.
He seems like a secret character from Mortal Kombat 3.
Which is 50 iterations of the game ago.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Half of that are people that I'm like, I don't know anything about you, and half of them I don't know what you're going to be when you're actually a grown up.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, yeah, that was my motivation in putting
Yeah.
Eunice in there. Is I don't know
Exactly.
anything. But I know if Bez chose you of his own free will, you're probably at least a C.
yeah, Luis Argudo, Alex Crognale, Eduardo Sosa. I assume that they're going to be really good when they're like a grown-up.
Guess who else Bez helped choose?
Frank Stallone.
Only dreams now.
Okay.
Drabby, your D-level players.
Okay. D-level, we have Connor Maloney, Ben Lundgaard, who I believe isn't even getting minutes at USL, which is never a good sign. Lalas Abubakar, Artur, who has been awful this season.
Wow.
And J.J. Williams, who I know a lot of people love him for his passion, but technique-wise has not earned anything better than a D so far.
Okay. Any general thoughts about that level?
I just gave you the thoughts for the
Fan-fucking-tastic.
I mean, like, these are guys that if they want to stay with the team, they probably have to do a lot more.
Like be good at soccer?
Like be good at soccer.
Awesome. You'd love to see that. John Zadar, your D-level players. I have to assume there's a lot of them.
Lundgaard and Ricardo Clark.
Jesus, you have a lot of Fs.
Ooh.
No, I don't.
You don't?
Oh, because he just didn't rank half the roster.
Oh,
No, I only
right.
didn't rank
Okay,
4
that's
guys.
fair.
I think most of my guys ended up in A and B.
My D-level players are Lalas Abubakar, J.J. Williams, Josh Williams.
How dare you?
Eddie Opoku, Ricardo Clark, and
Also,
the
how
guy
dare you.
who doesn't have the crazy mouth, who's also white.
Lundgaard.
Yeah, keeper.
Yeah.
J.P. Longardes. What's his name?
Ben Lundgaard.
Ben. I
Yeah.
knew it was that. I knew that. Okay, F. Here is the people who we wish were dead. Like, we'd prefer that they don't exist.
I only have
I wish-
one player on my F list. One player on the entire crew roster
Here we go.
who has earned an F
Number
based on
9.
his play on the field.
Number 9, Justin Miram.
David Guzman.
Oh, that's right. Justin Miram.
You suck
David Guzman.
At everything you do, and it's only because you've been Caleb Porter's little bitch boy for years that
Little
you
tiny
are on the
bitch
roster.
baby. Little tiny bitch baby man. Yeah, that's right. You suck Drabby's old shriveled up testicles, which are very small at this
I would
point.
not trust that guy to put
don't
my balls in his mouth.
have much.
Oh God, that's going to be a drop.
It was pretty quiet when you said it too. Yeah.
God damn it,
That's right.
Darren, don't put that in.
Do it, Julie Stanky. Give it to Drabby's balls. Give it real hard and give it real good. Email it to team@savethecrew.com. Sean Sitar, your F-level players.
I've got Darby's ball cleaner. I've got Kempen, Maloney, and Akam.
Ooh. Because the
gone
com's like a
anyways,
nonsense.
so,
Yeah, no, you're probably right about that. My 2 F-level players are the corpse, known as David Guzman. What the fuck are you doing? Oh, you're Caleb. You have naked pictures of Caleb Porter's wife. Awesome. And that little tiny baby left back, whatever his name is, right back.
Maloney.
Connor Maloney. That's right. Oh, I'm Connor Maloney. You're always trying to steal me lucky charms.
The most popular guy on the massive subreddit.
Is he?
Everybody fucking loves him on there.
In real life?
Yeah.
Why?
They think Hotfoot Maloney is the guy who just deserves all the minutes. In spite of... I mean, he had like a good game. In spite of no evidence,
the contrary. Yeah.
But why?
He had like a good 30 minutes in a sub appearance, and that's basically been it.
All right, Brent, you didn't rank anything. Your thoughts on the...
If you had who would your F players
Can we talk
be?
about how this ranking system didn't
like-
even include Bendick?
Well, I mean...
He wasn't even a choice.
It's only players on the roster,
He
so...
wasn't even a choice.
Yeah.
We don't comment about players not on the roster, John.
Who would your F boys be?
I think the only player I'd have in the F category would be David Guzman.
Would be Pedro Santos.
No. But can we talk about how Darby put him in the B category for a minute, even though he like fucking hates him?
I
You're
mean-
finally admitting that he's one of the best players on the team. Yeah.
He's...
I mean, good for you, Drabs.
He's... let's see, I listed 5 players as better than him
Oh,
and
shit, Joe
6
Bendick's
other
gone.
players.
Oh, John
actually
Zadar,
know
welcome
that.
to the program.
I didn't even know that.
Awesome.
So I said Pedro is among
Awesome.
the best 12 players in the team, which could make him the first bench guy.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately,
Ain't nobody got time for that.
man balls of the week. Because the urine is almost coming out of my ear.
I'm gonna
It's so backed
wait,
up.
a
Look,
spreadsheet of this, and then we're going to do it again at the end
Wait.
of the year.
Awesome.
My first man ball actually is going to go to Eduardo Sosa, the guy who played the number 10 role the best for the team this week. He actually looked pretty dangerous in the first half of the Bridgeview game. the only guy who was dangerous in the first half of the Bridgeview game. So
He looked good.
Yeah, he did. He objectively looked comfortable in that role.
I like him.
He wasn't a world beater, but he definitely brought something to the table, and he should have had a fucking goal on that bullshit foul call.
Mm-hmm.
So, second man ball goes to Aloy Room because you got your first win, clean sheet, hopefully coming up here soon. But well done, lad.
All right,
welcome to the yellow soccer team.
That's what they call us. Brent Miller. As long as you're not doing crystal meth in back of McDonald's, if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and give us your 2 man balls of the week.
First man ball is going to go to Patrick Mullins.
Boo.
Even though you kind of sucked
Classy.
while you were here, like your statement after you left was classy.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving us props.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. Second man ball is going to go to Morgan Hughes.
Oh my God, here we go.
That's
right.
Fuck out.
Way to take that hit to the head from the Super Soaker.
Oh,
like a
shit,
champ.
I was so concussed I
How's your
forgot
brain,
about
by
that.
the way?
Fucking
Did
Christ.
you end up going home?
Dude, no. I sat in my... Okay, so here, backstory. We had the water gun fight of the millennia in the parking lot. So Sean Zatar and I are getting ready to go into the Tiny Demon Fortress, and someone shows up and sprays you and just, like, unloads their load on your face. Right? Is that right, John?
Brent Miller put his load all down your back.
I don't remember getting hit in the face at all.
And I was
do
like-
remember getting hit in the back.
Oh.
It was the coldest, most
Yeah,
shocking
because
thing
Brent
I've
was
ever
filling
experienced.
his fucking water gun from a goddamn beer cooler full of ice.
That's unfortunate. So I turn around and I see Brent Miller like 5 millimeters away from me, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I tried to like move my head, and Brent's like, "You son of a bitch," and just like smashes me on the side of the head, and I was.
It's not entirely
You know that's
accurate.
not how water guns work, right? You're supposed to
really
squirt
not an
I
people
got
in.
hit
with
like Brent
it.
Retelling of the
smashed
story.
me in the side of my head, and then later he tells the story of Charles Compensano, and he's like, "Well, it was like half Morgan's fault and half my fault." I'm like,
You had a welt
What?
on the
It
inside of your head
absolutely
the size
was.
of a sand dollar.
yes. Like I had to sit shirtless in my passenger
sure.
seat before I
Like,
went.
shoot him with the water. Don't hit him with the gun. That's
Yeah.
not how it works.
But he like half ducked into the water gun.
Brent, your defense.
Definitely half your
Okay,
fault.
so like when I was trying to
If
avoid
you
your
weren't
attack,
dressed that way, he wouldn't have done that.
That's
Oh, also, bonus man ball to Darla Campina Snow, who took a facial from a water gun on the evening news. Like, they have a great video
I
clip
did see
of her
that.
taking
Not
a
the
load
first
right in
video
the
of
face.
Carla taking a load to the face. Okay, let's just
fucking Christ, John. I was waiting for somebody to do that. Awesome. He sets him up, you knock him down, John. Not the first time she's taken a facial. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What are we doing? This show?
Man balls.
My man balls. John, did you go?
I did not.
Okay, go ahead.
Can I take man balls away and
You sure
give
can,
them?
absolutely.
Okay, I'd like to take a man ball away from Morgan Hughes.
Yep.
I was
You
just-
said he could
I
do
had
it.
one.
You did. You literally. Things you hate.
This is outrageous, John.
Oh my goodness!
I'd like to take away my ability to take away, give you a.
It's too late. You can't retroactively
to
do
not
it.
do
This
that.
isn't-
Okay.
This isn't that kind
All right,
of show.
so I'm back to 0. Awesome.
Yeah.
All time. In your second man ball, would you like to take it away? Would you like me to like not be creative?
Would you like to take away another man ball from
I'd
Morgan?
like for John and
So he
Nancy
has
Hughes to
negative one?
never
I
have
thought
dirty
about-
sex.
Who did you give your man balls to again?
Sosa and Aloy Room.
Patrick Mullins.
Okay, I'd like to take a man ball away from Patrick Mullins.
This is fair. My first man ball goes to none other than David Accam. A goal and a red card drawn against Montreal on Saturday. Easily the man of the match.
Is anybody else getting a little worried that he's scoring a lot of our goals?
That he's good?
and he's leaving? Yeah.
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Like
He's
so
a rent
much.
boy. What do you want?
I
You-
was excited when we got him, and then I
like
was
it
like,
when the rent
oh,
boy scores.
we're giving him away, too. Why
When
are we
our-
doing that?
When our
'Cause we're getting
fucking
money.
losing streak was like 1-5-1 before 1-13-1, or like, oh, maybe we turn around, we make the playoffs. Alex Thomas is trying to convince me that we're going to make the playoffs on the porch earlier.
I don't even think it's statistically possible, is it?
Smoke weed every day.
You have to, win out almost.
He's like, oh!
Like 2 points per game averaging throughout the season.
Yeah.
It probably still
not
is.
happening.
My second man ball goes to Andres Mendoza, possibly the greatest player in franchise history. Lads, you're in for a treat. On segment 2, Henry Crognail's here. Shit, I don't know how we're going to do this.
He's been waiting so long to talk.
Well, he's, 99 years. What's another 10 minutes?
If he's as close to pissing in his pants as I am right now, it means that he's 99 and I've had too much to drink, and you're listening to ACES Radio.
Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Now we blasting off into the ozone. The way we kick it in the dojo is local for show. Though we paving the road that's opposed to the dodo. Going over your head like a top hat. Stop that. I know you hear me spitting these hot raps. Now watch that beat, cause it's about to drop. The Rockets is the 09 jump off. Yeah, your last name Pan, first name Peter. I know you see me playing and you want me to teach you, but I stay elevated so that all God's creatures can hear me shout it out like my name is Aretha. Getting R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Fly by, see the looks on your faces. Cause I'm in full E-F-F-E-C-T. Jet setting on a daily basis. David F. Man, don't stop. David, don't stop. We came to rock it till the city takes off. Mr. Captain, yeah. It's pilot, yeah. I wanna spin my wings and fly. To all the people in coach, and to my first class folks, we'll show you how to scrape the sky. As the curvature of the earth takes shape, fly fast forward like a videotape, and no cape. Just follow my jet stream, proud in the clouds on the boom in your precinct. I'll have no trampoline, black box in the pocket of my jet jeans. Shine with the stars so bright, even NYC sees me. Get that?
Oh, yeah, baby! Ignorant slut, shitlord, celebrity fans, and all you fools listening on your iPhones, welcome back. It is episode 127 of the Failing Aces Radio, and if you're hearing the sound of my voice, that means Brent Miller did not successfully kill me in the head with a water pistol on Saturday. Brought to you as always by Blood and Urine. My name is Carol Seaver. We are broadcasting live from the beautiful front room here at Endeavor Brewing Company with none other than AJ, Brent Miller, Joel B. Scrimface, Sean Tatar, myself, Carol Seaver, and half of the lad party known as Tony Logan. Welcome in, bitches. We're here on segment 2, and as with every episode of this failing trash pocket, we have a guest in our midst, and this is 100% about to be the recording of this interview, Darby, as they say.
Is that what they say?
There are no tricks. No tricks about to be had, Drabs.
Do you need to clap here at some point for any reason?
I would never have to edit anything in or out. Like sometimes.
So what you're about to hear is the raw, unfiltered,
Yes.
unedited version of the interview with
Drabs,
Henry Cronali.
As we've always said, when 99-year-old men
Do it raw.
do it raw,
dog.
Unexpected stuff happens.
Yeah.
and yet you won't ever have to edit out any of the unexpected stuff.
No.
Never.
Never.
Sometimes
What are you laughing at down there? What's so damn funny?
your Gavin is showing is over there losing his complete, absolute shit, and I find that offensive and horrid because you don't even know what's coming. We could never know what he's about to say, and I would never have to edit out anything that we don't know about because of how the future works.
Right.
You know, Drabs.
I have no idea.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to introduce myself to you, and my name is Morgan. And here we go. Is the guy who's there? He is. Oh, he's sitting down to that. Oh, hey. Oh, he's waving. He's putting on his thing.
What are we doing right now? Is this not segment 3?
John,
No, this is an intro to segment 2. John.
Ladies and
Do
gentlemen,
an intro to segment 2?
No,
Please.
because we haven't recorded segment 2 yet.
welcome
It's segment 3.
to the John.
This is the third time I've had to put the headphones
Only
on.
dreams now, John. Shh. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the program none other than Henry Cronale. Henry, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you for stopping by.
Glad to.
How are you?
I'm just fine.
You look young, you look spry, you look strong. Do you feel all of those things?
That a quarter, that'll get you a beer.
That's not true. You're lying.
Wait, if I take a quarter up to the bar, they will give me a beer? I like that.
And a compliment, apparently.
Yeah.
Henry, I want to talk to you about but what I don't want to do is just talk to you about living to be 99, because I'm assuming that's what you talk about all the time, and I don't want to do that. So I want to walk through your life, and I want to talk about you as a Crew fan, but I want to know how you got there. So if it's okay with you, I want to start at the beginning.
Yes, go ahead.
Tell me about your parents. They originally were born where? Italy. And they immigrated to the United States in what year?
I was born 1920. I think I was on that boat being made when he landed.
Oh.
So they was here living before 1920.
Oh, my goodness. That is graphic. That is extremely graphic. Thank you for telling us that. But you were born in, correct me if I'm wrong, Warren, Ohio.
Yes.
That's right?
Yes.
Talk to me about growing up in Warren.
Well, I grew up here all my life. And I went to school, worked there until 2015.
2014, you moved to Blacklick.
And I moved into with Karen.
Yeah. So, but here's what I want to ask you. You have 4 siblings, correct? You are one of 5.
Correct.
Your name is Henry with an I.
Yes.
And your brother, who is still with us, is named Guido. Can you please tell me the other siblings' names? Because those are extremely ethnic, and I find it hilarious.
Oldest brother's Vincent.
Okay, that's not that crazy.
Second was Attilio.
Okay, what?
And then Henry, I don't know how the hell they named Henry. Guido, and then Philomena.
Philomena? What?
That's my sister.
What was the second one you said? What was the second one?
Attilio.
Attilio? That's outrageous.
Yeah.
That's an extremely Italian name.
You better believe it.
So, did you grow up in a neighborhood with other Italian kids, or what was Warren like back then?
League of Nations.
Yeah.
Oh, everything. That was a poor section of town.
So no one ever said
Southwest side of war.
So no one ever said like Attilio Crognale. Well, it's the dumbest name I've ever heard. I mean, someone said that, but they were roasting you.
Yes.
It was a joke. So you grow up there, and they settled. I'm sorry, they immigrated in 1919. That's almost 100 years ago. In fact, Karen, if you do the
if you do the math,
if you could do the math for us, that'd be great. So Guido is still with us.
No, Guido and Vincent died at 55.
No, Henry. Guido is still here.
Guido's here.
Guido.
Guido is
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's 96. He's my young brother.
I saw him.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, at Corey's birthday party.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I asked him to leave. I said, please get out of here. So I want to talk to you about your athletic achievements. So you were an accomplished football player, is that right?
Yes, I played football, basketball. I played a little track and baseball.
What sports did you not play? Were you the guy that all of
banjo?
Okay. Oh, can I ask how tall are you?
6'2".
Okay, so my grandfather was 6'5", and he grew up in the same era. And he told me that the coaches used to follow him around the hallways, trying to recruit him to play the sports that he didn't care about. Did anything like that ever happen to you?
No. The coach followed me one time and threw me off the team. I was the basketball captain.
And he threw you off the team?
What did you do?
Because someone wanted me to go to Kent State and Penn State, talk to the coaches for football.
Yeah.
I asked permission to go. He said, you don't miss practice. I missed practice. I went anyway. And so I went back to get my uniform. The equipment man says, you got no more uniform.
What?
So I says, good, the hell on you. A week later, he got a hold of me in the hallway.
Yeah.
Took me in his office. He says, "Don't you want to play basketball?" I said, "Yeah." "Well, why don't you come back to practice?" I said, "You kicked me off the goddamn team." So he says, "You got to learn your position all over again."
What?
So he started the lineup. I didn't play the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Put me to play the whole game.
Okay.
The second half, he did the same thing. First 2 minutes, he didn't start me, then I played.
What a stupid punishment.
It didn't bother me. I didn't give a damn.
So was your favorite sport football?
Yes.
And you were recruited to play at Boston College and West Virginia?
Right. If I wanted to go, yes.
Those were the two places.
Yes.
But instead, what did you do?
I ended up going into service.
Yeah.
I volunteered for World War II as a Coast Guard. I volunteered.
You were smart.
Then, yes.
That was smart. And where did you end up being stationed?
I ended up trained in Alameda, California, San Francisco. Put us on a boat, took us to Pearl Harbor, Oahu, Pearl Harbor.
I'm hoping after. This is after the bombing.
It was all done then.
Okay, thank God.
It was a mess there.
All right.
So we stayed there. I got training there, and they took 20 of us to the island of Kauai.
Okay.
The first 20 Coast Guards ever on that island, and we did security work.
Which entailed what? What were you securing?
The shipping dock.
Oh.
And the tanks.
Ah.
Aviation tanks and some gas there. See.
Talk to me about what you did in the service. Did you not play?
I'm glad I got here in time for that.
John Zidar, welcome to the program. You played sports in the service, right?
We had a basketball team. We had a coach basketball for Missouri.
Okay.
And we had a chief that played baseball for Chicago White Sox.
Wow.
And it was only 20th on this island. And you never seen better 20 athletes in all your life. Believe me.
Wow.
I played on a team that had played Morris played Syracuse.
Yeah.
Someone played Indiana. Two of them played in California. All I did was play at high school.
Yeah.
We won the championship, and I was the only one that made the All-Star team.
Wow. Incredible.
So I'm glad to that.
Yeah. So did you ever regret not playing at Boston College or West Virginia, or were you glad that you went into the service?
No. I don't regret anything because I wouldn't change anything in my life. From day one, I'm satisfied what I did and accomplished.
Wow.
I wouldn't want to change.
Nothing.
Because I end up...
Even if you could go back and bet money on teams winning championships like Back to the Future, you wouldn't do that to win money.
What's that?
Never mind. It's fine.
I missed that.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but you got inducted into the Warren Sports Hall of Fame.
Yes.
And you went in with a certain somebody called Paul Warfield.
Right.
Is that right?
He was, yes, Paul Warfield.
He's specifically noteworthy.
He came from Warren, Ohio, where I played ball.
Yeah.
Paul Warfield.
What was that like to be inducted into a Hall of Fame with a guy like that?
They were there. All my grandsons was with there too at the time.
Yeah.
They were a lot younger.
Did you have to give a speech?
Not too much. Not too much. But I did talk.
So you get out of the service, and did you go back to Warren?
Correct.
And did you meet your wife before or after the service?
After the service.
After the service.
When I come back to the service, I worked for Sunlight Electric, part of General Motors. And when I went back, they was on strike.
Yeah.
So I go to the union office, and I walk in there, and they say, "Oh, there's Henry Grognelli." And my wife at the time she said, well, who's Henry Crognelli? Oh, he played football for high school and everything. So I go on the picket line, and she's a reporter.
Oh, man.
I got yakking with her. And I go to the nightclub. She's at the nightclub. And I get talking with her. I end up dating her. I end up marrying her.
Wow. And it was just like that.
Yep.
Was that, I mean, you didn't date anyone else. You just came home and you saw her and you said, that's it.
I took one night, a Saturday night. We were out
Yeah.
at midnight.
Wow. What?
I had a friend that had a brand new car. I says, Rocky, can I borrow your car?
And he said, no.
No, you may
I
not.
took my car, I took my wife, and I went to Streeter, Illinois, and got married.
That's quick.
Yeah.
That's quick.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
That's a quick way to do it. No regrets.
No, it saved me a lot of money.
That's the important part. It really is.
Oh, man. So I want to talk to you about the Columbus Crew. You've become somewhat of a noteworthy fan. The photographers will take pictures of you. Alex and Will will come over and they'll hug and
Right.
Talk to me.
Some of the ball players, they come over and everybody went, oh, Jesus Christ, who's that guy?
What's that like? How good does that
Wonderful.
make you feel when they come over?
Damn good.
Yeah.
Damn good. Yes.
Do you look forward to the game days?
I look forward to it, yes.
Are they on your calendar and you just, here we go, there's the next day,
No.
Not that great.
But I love it. I love it. And I'm real proud of my grandson.
Yeah.
Do you give him advice before the game?
Do you give him advice? No. No? You have a lot of advice to give, though.
Yeah, I mean, you're a real athlete, so
Yeah.
you could probably give him some pointers.
I did. I played against Paul Brown. You ever heard of Paul Brown?
I've heard of him. I've heard of him.
I played him in football and basketball.
How'd you do?
We beat him in basketball, but 2 years he kicked the shit out of us. In football. But they had a guy by the name of Horace Gillum, was a punter for the Cleveland Browns from Maston.
Uh-huh.
We played each other. He punted 5 times for 43 yards average.
Wow.
In high school.
Yeah, I punted 9 times for 45 yards.
Wow.
We didn't go anywhere. I had to kick all the time. They didn't have to kick too much.
You had more field to work with because your guys were being pinned. Yeah.
No, that's one thing I could do was punt.
And that's what you were recruited to do.
No, I just developed that. 1 year the coach gave me a football and basketball and shoes. And I went to some cornfield. I kicked the football all summer long. I had a one-armed guy who used to throw it back to me.
Yikes.
And I could develop a pretty good kicker. And I come back and as of today, I'm one of the best punters that school's ever had.
That's what I hear. I got in contact with your school, and they said that. They told me about that crazed one-armed man as well. They said how you always used to scream, I didn't kill my wife. No, wait, that's the movie The Fugitive. So, Alex, Ben, everyone's involved in soccer now, and you are this legend as a punter. Do you think that your strong leg was passed down biologically to your grandchildren?
No, why?
Skipping a
My
generation,
son
obviously.
played basketball and baseball.
Uh-huh. Poorly is what I heard.
No, he was pretty good.
Oh, okay. Must be another son.
He was pretty good. He could throw the ball so fast and hard. They were afraid to stand up him because they didn't know where the hell it was going.
Oh, is that what he told you? Oh. So, Henry, we don't want to keep you too long. Go ahead and have some of that beer. Delicious Endeavor Brewing Company beer.
What's that?
I'll start over. I want to ask you one last question before we get out of here, and it is, talk to me about the Columbus Crew in general. What What does going to the games mean to you? What does saving the team mean to you? I know that you lived in the same area as Zach Steffen, and by area, I mean basement. So tell me about the Columbus Crew in general.
Well, I love them because of my grandson playing for them.
Yeah.
And I go to the games. I love where I sit with the handicapped people. And every time the coach was going on the field, he acknowledged me like this.
Greg Berhalter.
Yeah, every game.
Yeah.
He would acknowledge me going on the field. Mr. Porter don't know me yet, so he can't do that.
So he needs to get over there and talk to you.
What about the tailgate? The tailgate. Do you like being at the tailgate?
Oh, pretty good. I like the tailgate.
You and I had a long conversation a couple weeks ago about Johnny Carson. Remember that? We were talking about the Tonight Show and how Johnny Carson's the best.
Yes, I thought he was the best.
He is the best. He is.
Still.
Did you remember? I remember one particular show he had when he had Dolly Parton on.
Okay, here we go.
And he
Karen's
says,
so excited.
I would give a year's pay to get underneath the sheets with you facing.
I do remember that. That's true. That's a legendary episode. Of course. We have one more story to tell. Henry, I've heard that you were possibly not going to be able to play football because of your grades.
Correct. No, college.
Okay, college.
In college, I didn't get along with a couple of these women teachers. They threw me out.
For what?
Because I'd go to sleep in class.
We've all been there.
And I'd end up down in wood shop.
Okay.
This was high school, Henry.
so
This
I'm
wasn't
ready to
college. It was high school.
This was high school.
Okay, high school.
Yeah, Morgan,
And
pay attention.
I'm ready to graduate.
Yeah.
And the dean comes to me and he says, Henry, you got to go to college to play ball, but your grades ain't good enough. You got to tutor because you can't take all those majors in your senior year. Okay.
All right.
So I go to the teacher that's supposed to tutor me. He wanted $10
Wow.
in class. This was after school. I go practice football. I went to this first class. Nothing happened. I go the next day. The son of a bitch starts feeling me all up. He said, boy, you look pretty good with your shirt off and everything. I said, you son of a bitch, I'm not coming to class, and I'm not going to pay you $10, and you better pass me.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He passed me. He passed me.
What?
They caught the son of a bitch next year on some girl in school. They caught him.
What?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No, I ain't kidding you.
Holy shit.
His name was Cowden. I can tell you he was a math teacher.
Oh. Corey, did you know about this? Is this guy still around? Is this guy still around?
Oh, I don't know. Hell, he's got to be dead.
It's his teacher. It was his teacher.
I just want to make sure, Karen. I don't know.
Is this 120-year-old pedophile still
There's
around?
only one person who's 120 years old in this room. Thank you very much.
Is his name Darby? Was his first name Darby? No, it wasn't? All right. Henry, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much for being with us. We treasure you. We love you.
Thank you.
And thank you for being here. It's been an absolute honor. Everyone give a round of applause.
Right.
Henry Clanara.
Thank you.
And cut.
Hot, sicker than your average. Down like goose and I'm fly like Maverick. With the savage attack in a mouth like a match. Spitting fuego, homie. It ain't tricking if it's magic illusions. Indubitably juvenile. My crew can do it and we do it well. Rock around the clock all across the nation. Got a lot of sky miles and a reputation of making earthquakes every time we land. Cause stopping ain't an option or a part of the plan. Fools get to fuming while I'm running on jet fuel. Now pay close attention cause I'm ready to let you know what I'm all about, child. I got that style that you come to love. And I'ma stay fly till the day I die. Spitting fresh to death from above. Get it? Leave it out.
sluts, shitlords, celebrity fans, founders, and members of crew union alike, and all you fools spending the weekend in federal poundment in the ass penitentiary in the city of Montreal for dirty beardery. Welcome back. It's episode 127 of ACES Radio. My name is Carol Seaver. Welcome back. Big thanks, as always, to our guest on segment 2. This week's edition, Henry Cronale, who is one of the topmost of the popmost. My sweet ball sacks, lads. What an interview it was. You remember because it just happened.
Right, yeah. Can we also point out that he did pronounce it Cronale? There was definitely the G in the way that he pronounced it.
No. He said that in a way that was
a
like
joke. He was making fun of people
I don't think
who mispronounced it.
I think from now on we can definitely call him
It was the part of the story where his wife said, "Who's that?"
Yeah.
'Cause they mispronounced his name.
Oh, he said Cronale. So
he was making fun of silly, hairless Welsh people like you, Drabs.
Well,
you dirty bitch, Drabs. Defend yourself. How dare you?
I'm not Welsh.
What are you? How did you also not get facial
How did you
hair?
exist?
I thought there was only one type of people that had that.
I have English and German. So
it's almost the same thing.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Except
It's
we don't
segment
fuck
3,
sheep.
lads. If you don't have hair on your face, welcome to being from the country of Wales. And we're also not good at sports. Grand times. Nobody...
Using vowels in words.
Of all of the places my families have come from, no one decided to procreate with any country that was great at sports. It was unfortunate for me as a man, Drabs.
How's it going, Brent?
Great time.
It's going pretty
It's
good. How
over
are you,
yet?
Darby?
Yeah.
Brent, shut the fuck up. Middle of a segment. Jesus Christ, we're in a transitional period. Drabs, what if I told you there's a cure for the scourge? That is Brent Miller clearly ruining like a normal transitional moment.
It would be me encouraging Brent to speak because you're having long, awkward silences, which, while I enjoy, need to die.
I invite you to lick my nutsack.
Nothing is impossible. Make
Not
the
Davi
dreams
Guzman.
come true.
And now, an ACES Radio exclusive. The battle for the grand prize. Hot takes from the masses.
You're not gonna stop there.
We got the grand prize.
Hot takes from Twitter.
He's heating up.
Hot takes from you.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't, Walter. Walter, even though like there was a goddamn article written on 10 TV about like a raccoon doing fucking something, and then all of my friends tweeted at me.
By the way, we do have raccoons in our yard. If the next time, if you want to come over, I can maybe introduce you. You can like hang out and stuff. You can like speak in a tiny squeaky voice at them.
I went to your house once, and Bob O'Shaughnessy was there, so I left forever. Also, I believe it was the day after the crew was saved, and I was super, super hungover, but yet I drank again.
I really want John Zidar dead.
Jesus Christ, Glenn Tennis taking.
I mean, you came to my
John's
house
there.
butt ass wasted.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I literally said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was October 13th. No one gives a shit about your birthday, Drab. Suck the balls.
That's not my birthday, Morgan.
Okay, fine. Before we move to the subreddit known as the Massive Lads, I wonder if I could go ahead and read the overall standings according to Alex Thomas. It is the only reason people tune in. In first place, Columbus Crew Eagle with 26 ill-gotten points. Number 2, bringing up the rear of first place and getting the super hard bulk.
I'm sorry, what?
With 11 points. Followed in third by Downtown Falcon with 8. Setting the table, the big mover from last week checks in fourth with 7 points. Basketball Emoji in fifth with 6 points. Followed by AGS Attack and Tim Bezbachenko with 5 points. 8th place with 4 points are Bonesy 10, Angry Drabs, Degenerate Kneebone, and Weekend Stepdad. The 12th place lads with 2 points are as follows: Cleb Porter, Aces Archive, My Cousin Sucks, he certainly does, Gary the Winged Lion, Robert Shaft, Columbus Lad, Arby's Official, Darling Thief, what a good lad he is, Higher Ballerina, not spelled how you think it is, Morgan's Fun Van for your kid. Oh, I'm going to just go ahead and say this. These are the one-pointers. The print is so small. One-pointers are Morgan's Fun Van for your kids, Morgan's Anal Leakage, Massive 14, Smack Jack Off, Lamborghini, Morgan's Pocket Recorder, Nordecker, Ron T, Joe Bennett, Goals for, Shadow Sal, the Campesano Family, Waffles the Eagle, Jarvis Woods and Hook Mania, Ralph Shudell, Dayton Dutch Osprey, Arch City Owl, Stank Lord, USA Glyph, Kansas University PR, Salonimex, bringing up the rear this week, Greg, and getting the bulk, again with a -1 points. Thank you, Travis Irvine. Your delight. Bob O'Shaughnessy. Bob O'Shaughnessy. We move now to the subreddit known as the Massive Lads, where I remind you, as always, these hot takes are organized automatically by their level of fiery fucking hotness. Today's topmost of the popmost comes to us from none other than Tim Bezbachenko, with 7 points, quote, "Hey guys, I hope you've noticed some of the roster moves we've made. What do you think, Darby? I have to admit I'm terrified of an angry token liberal rant about the team performance. My desire to avoid that is what drives me. Darby, please be proud of me. Thanks, Tim," end quote. Darby Schnarfus, your thoughts?
He approaches the baby gangster.
I tried to get Tim to sign Tyler Boyd during the Gold Cup.
Who's that?
It's an Australian guy who decided to play for America.
Is that right?
But yeah, I guess like other teams wanted him or something. So Tim, I'm sorry, you've already disappointed me by not getting the one player I asked you to get.
Greg Benson has been deported.
Moving on from user Angry Drabs with 6 points, quote, "Please let Kai Kamara and Breck Shea be the first pre-court signings in Austin. They can both be represented by super agent Brett Adams, just so we know everyone in the situation is getting fucked." End quote.
Let me smash.
Drabs, we got to go back to you.
I mean, yeah. That actually would be the perfect... It would be a confluence of douchebaggery, the likes of which this league has never seen. I fully support that.
Greg Benson has been deported.
Moving on from user Leagues Cup with 5 points, quote, "Hey guys, hope you're enjoying the brand new Leagues Cup, North America's premier international soccer competition. In case you missed the action last night, we had 2 dope," that's what you kids say, right? "matches, with one team from each league winning a match. I won't say who, because I don't want to spoil the results for all of you cats DVRing the match. Our ratings weren't that great, so I just assume many of you are DVRing the match and haven't watched it yet, right? Please tell me that is the case. Also, you see how I called you guys cats, like Crew Cat? We are so hip to what our fans want. Anyways, we are really trying our best to reach soccer fans to grow this legend. Any chance you guys want to have one of our PR staffers on to promote the league? Let's set something up. Give us a call at our local Columbus office, 614-421-1931. End quote. Brent Miller, your thoughts?
Should probably stick to John and Darby for this segment. I'm not really paying attention.
Awesome. John Zadar, your thoughts?
Who was that from? Erica Kress?
Awesome. Here we go. Moving on from Nordecker.
How great would it be if, like, at the end of the season, she actually was the person who won the competition?
Erica Kress is like half of the, the fake accounts.
That'd explain why she's not getting her job done very well.
Okay, we're going to edit that out in 3, 2, 1. Moving on
That's
from user...
because she's not getting her job done.
Nordecker with 7 points. Breaking news alert. Here we go. We have just received word that the Columbus Crew has acquired $100,000 in GAM, $50K in TAM, and 3 sets of top 2 dress shirt buttons from Austin. We're really ambitious this time, FC. In exchange for the rights to Columbus Crew's old office furniture, we apparently go to someone who speaks for Austin.
No, this sounded on for a while.
We go. Hold on. We're going to do this one more time. This is a really bad hot take. And we go now live to Tim Bezbachenko, who has been...
he already had a hot take.
Given...
Wasn't that the first one we read?
Buttons?
This is from Nordecker, but it's a quote from Bez.
Hey, it's me, Tim Bezbachenko. We have been active during the... You know what? No. We're just going to hit that. Drabby, your thoughts! Oh, let's go, you dirty bitch!
You got buttons.
Moving the fuck on from user PM Me your favorite song with 5 points, quote, "If I had the wings of Columbus Crew Eagle, If I had the ass of sweet, precious Gary, I'd fly all over Dayton and shit on the Osprey below.
Below.
Mr. Poopy Pants. Johnson, what are your thoughts?
I don't think that person knows much about where Gary shits.
I mean, if Gary were to shit on something, would it even notice?
Yes.
No, you guys know that like Bailey was, I had Bailey for like the last 3 weeks, and he's like a 9-pound
right
dog, whereas Gary is a 4-pound dog. And like Bailey would shit, and I was like, oh my sweet fuck, all of this dog poop. What am I going to do? And it was a 9-pound Yorkie shitting as opposed to I have no recollection whatsoever what normal dog poop is like. Drabs.
I mean, you still don't have normal dog
Dude,
poop,
normal
even
dogs shit like
when
Gary's.
Bailey's there.
I remember when Drabs used to come over
they,
the house.
They
and he would
lay
poop
hot
everywhere.
Gary's.
Yeah.
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 They poop
Like
his-
Gary
you see
drops,
like in Newfoundland, and
Gary
they
drops
literally
smashers.
shit bigger than both of your dogs together.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, buy smaller dogs. Moving on from user Columbus Crew Eagle with 3 points. Awesome. Here we go. Merrigan. It is Columbus Crew Eagle. When you film final show of season, I make return to Ace. Win-win grand prize. Maybe bring Eric to finally meet Mom. I start talk to Xenos friends about serious operation to visit Summit House for Pam. Pam need grow up, and Xenos perfect place to live for Pam. I talked to Tracy about Pam move to Xenos. She agree Pam need grow up. Still act like child. No clean room or shoes. Merrigan. We be together forever. You love Columbus Crew Eagle. Merrigan, please.
Let me smash.
Horrible shit. John, what are your thoughts? Have you ever been recruited to Xenos, John?
No. Both of my siblings were in it at one point.
Really?
Yeah.
And
They were in it,
thankfully
like, full
got
on
out.
in it?
No.
Like-
well, my brother more so than my sister, but yeah.
For those of you that are not from Columbus, like, Xenos is a cult.
Yeah.
And they prey upon people that either shop at Ghetto Kroger or are walking around Ohio State's campus. Or go to, like, Hound Dogs.
They like offer you free food to hear their spiel.
What if I told you you can have free fried chicken? All you had to learn about was the love of Jesus Christ.
I went to one of their, like, whatever they're called. One of the, like, 4 different sessions every week that you have to get together to do Jesus things.
Tell us about it, John.
It was
Are they the people who run
my
the coffee
girlfriend
shop on...
was in it, and my friend
yes.
Fourth.
Yeah.
Right around the corner from the stadium.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait,
It's
where?
a trick.
Which one?
They run a coffee shop.
It's a coffee
in
shop?
the shopping center with
it's a church.
Susie Q's. And
Oh, well, yeah, because their church is right there.
Yeah.
Or, like, their youth center.
Yeah, but apparently
their
it's-
conversion camp.
Right.
Much
well, so
like-
they have like a public-facing coffee shop where they can, I don't know, like
Oh,
abduct
really?
people from.
Well,
Much
it's just
like
like where they make
Christianity.
money for their cult.
Right.
Much like Christianity, we're all screaming and trying to convert each other that already believe the same thing. Is that right?
I see what you did there.
Fan fuck. I want to give myself a man ball. Moving on from user Lamborghini with 2 points. Quote, all I'm saying is that ACES was on a Tuesday, and the crew got 4 points. Hashtag winning the podcast wars. End quote. Drabs, your thoughts.
It's definitely not a spurious correlation.
What, you're using words I don't understand. I'm going to take them as an attack.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Jane,
That's
you
what we
ignorant
should.
slut.
Moving on from user Super Agent Lawyer with 2 points. Quote, we had a little hiccup. End quote. I don't know who wants to talk
What's
about
that
Brad
mean?
Adams.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that something he said?
Is
that when he's hit when his signatures got proven
when he
as
got
false?
when over half of his signatures were bullshit.
Oh,
yeah,
I hate
he
to see
categorized it as a little hiccup.
Wait, Darby, are you talking about the single greatest grassroots movement in
Single
Columbus
greatest-
history?
Well, I guess half of the single greatest grassroots movement in history. Yeah.
Please don't talk over this while we reject half of your signatures and your shit will never be on
If you
the
can't
ballot.
get 10,000 signatures for something in Columbus, you're just bad. You're
Moving on.
10,000 is nothing.
Yeah.
Unless you're talking about seats sold. Then
Well, that's money. That's just not writing your name on a line.
John,
you go to
hold on.
Comfest.
Well, it's like dependent on the situation, right? Like
No.
10,000 signatures in a city full of how many? What's the population of Columbus now?
Like
2 billion
I mean,
plus.
Yeah,
2
like
billion?
the greater areas.
Yes, 2 billion.
I
No,
don't
2
think
million
it's-
plus.
Yeah.
Like that takes that takes nothing.
Yeah, you could go to Comfest and get 10,000 drunk and high people
Spend like
to sign
4
anything.
Saturdays at Easton.
Yeah.
I was going to make a joke about Austin FC announcing 30,000 tickets sold and not
Seats.
season tickets.
I saw some
Just
fucklord on Twitter trying to claim that they were season tickets. And I was like, no.
Oh, was his name
seats,
Anthony Precourt?
seats.
Maybe. I was like, no, those are just individual tickets, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, like they can roast us about attendance all they want. It doesn't matter. But we have
And
like
also their
we
deposits.
have
Deposits
2
for
games in the U.S. Open Cup, and we sell more than 30,000. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Moving on from user MusicMan87 with 2 points scored. I think Caleb and the crew finally figured out that if you put the ball in the back of your opponent's goal more times than they do with yours, you can win games. Hashtag tactics. Hashtag coaching. Hashtag executing. Brent, I don't think even you can fuck up this hot take. Your thoughts, my friend?
Yeah, no, let's get that person to be the coach.
MusicMan87 officially hired as Cruisers.
5-year contract.
From user basketball emoji with 1 point, quote, Eunice is going to score so many unassisted goals. If he needed assisted, he'd be a real weenus. Hashtag Darbs needs assisted weenus from the wetness to stop coughing dust. End quote.
I mean, I'm just glad that things still come out of my penis. It's not coughing dust every time.
Drolby Scrinface, your thoughts?
John, would you help me out? Can you help me with the weenus to not cough dust?
I'll help you by saying that this joke was like 4 or 5 days too late. I'd already seen this joke a million times on Twitter.
What joke?
The Eunice Weenus jokes.
Yeah.
They weren't funny the first 80,000 times I had to hear them at the tailgate and all this shit. I don't want to hear about him now a week after we signed the guy.
I'd like to apologize to myself and to Alex Thomas for John's aggressive stance on the weenus jokes.
Are there going to be a bunch of Weenus jokes in the weather report?
I can't say whether or not there are, but
Is
like
there a weather report this week?
We'll see. We recorded something. I don't know whether or not. Unfortunately. Moving on. From user Weekend Stepdad with 1 point, quote, my God, what have I done? Hashtag, can someone get me the contact for the lawyer who saved the crew? Hashtag, Charles Campinas? No. End quote.
That's awesome.
John Starr, your thoughts?
Yes!
So I think this is the account that like talked about the shitty stepson and was always threatening to kill him. I'm assuming that's leading somewhere. Yeah.
What about that?
What was the stepson's name?
Nathan.
I don't remember.
No. He must have killed him or something.
Julian.
Must have killed him.
Jacob.
That's pretty dang
Nate
cool.
Beckman, what was the name of the fake stepson that you wrote into all of these hot takes?
Moving on from user Johnsonville Official with 1 point, quote, Mr. Zadar, while we appreciate your enthusiasm for our new project, we must ask that you please stop sending us photos of yourself seemingly naked, eating bratwurst and hashtag bratlust painted on your chest. We're hoping you understand this behavior is inappropriate, and we will be forced to cease our working relationship together and move forward with other parties, even though parties is...
That's not how you spell the word parties.
Parties. Please provide your best 3 slogans for our Nordic confetti brought in your response to this hot take so we can begin developing marketing material. We look forward to your input, and again, please stop sending us nude photos. Regards, Jamie Schmelzer, Integrated Marketing Director. Johnsonville Sausages, hashtag bratlust, hashtag nudes are a no, hashtag juicy meat, hashtag tongues only, hashtag buns only, hashtag lick it and stick it, hashtag put, hashtag it, hashtag in, hashtag your, hashtag mouth, end quote.
Let me smash.
John Zadar, how you feeling, bro?
Seemingly naked? Either you are or you aren't, right? Like, there's no between. Like, also,
Maybe,
I'm pretty
was
sure
it
I
like
turned
artsy
down.
where you just like cut off the photograph in the waist and it's like maybe you're naked.
Well,
all
then
the way
those
down?
aren't nudes. Then
I mean, I don't know.
This
It's
person
your
needs to-
photo.
this
You
person
tell us.
needs to get their shit together.
Were you actually nude or not in the photos that you sent?
I'm always nude in every photo I send to you.
Oh, okay.
I'm never.
Well, that's going into the 3 minutes for next week.
Darby, as you know, every time I send you a picture, it is
Now
a
that
naked
you
picture
mention
of
it,
me.
yeah, it is kind of weird, and I've been meaning to talk to you about that.
And yet we've been friends for years, and you've said nothing.
Good day, sir.
Eventually, this is going to come up organically.
From user,
Oh, it's gonna come up my organ. I mean, is that what'd you say?
Oh my!
From user Crew Yelp reviews with 1 point, quote, 4 stars, gave it another try, much better this past visit. The crew working felt like they put in a better shift. The manager didn't have to make any excuses. Positive first step. He's getting back to earning 5-star review, end quote.
Smoke weed every day.
Didn't have to make any excuses, and yet he did.
Except he still made excuses at halftime, as it turns out.
Yeah.
It's good that he's he's not even waiting to the end of the game to blame players and throw them under the bus. He's doing it at halftime before the outcome of the game is determined.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Moving on from user The Hipster6, second to last hot take of the night, lads, with 0 points, quote, we got our coach, and he's already a fucking legend. You guys let him walk out the door and into our arms. You guys are stuck with fuckboy Caleb Porter. Fuck save the crew, end quote. John Zadar.
Was that just like an actual Austin person?
Yeah, so this is the second post that this account has done, and we asked the same questions last time, and I'm still not clear.
Was last time the same kind of thing?
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think it's probably actually.
I
just
think Jacob
an
Nagy is
Austin
tired of
rough
getting
lad.
downvoted on the MLS subreddit.
Who's Justin Nagy?
Jacob Nagy
Yeah,
is
who's
one
that?
of the Austin hipsters.
Wait, who is the fake name there? You said 2 names.
It's
Justin Nagy.
Jacob Nagy.
Justin Nagy. Okay. Who's the second one?
Is Jacob, I think, is the account.
Jacob Nagy?
Yeah. Nagy with a G.
Oh, Nagy?
Yeah.
Nagy.
Yeah.
Justin Nagy
Like
and
Darlington
Jacob
Nagby. except
Who is
Jacob,
the real one? Who's the real boy?
Jacob Nagy.
Okay, Jacob Nagy is the real one. And he gets downvoted?
Oh, yeah.
Because he...
This coat. Wait, what?
What does he say? Does he say
Also,
bad
he's
stuff?
like now he's like trying to be positive and just spreading the word of Austin, and being a positive voice on our MLS, which you're in the wrong fucking place, dude.
No, I think this person.
Yeah, dude. We don't like that when it's like chlamydia either. Like it's both the same thing. Like, oh, I'm just trying to like spread the good word of scabies. Like that's.
Yeah.
I don't. Oh, what? Like I'm just like a guy that's like all about like genital warts.
Which is like, hey guys,
This
I'm
is a-
one of
this
you
is-
now.
This is a real crew person.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, because I'm looking at their comment history, and they're like on the ticket exchange thread selling tickets and stuff.
The Hipster Six?
The Hipster 6 account? I
Oh,
only saw
no.
2.
I thought this was the. Did I click on the wrong one?
Yeah.
Oh, I must have clicked on
Look
the
at the Hipster 6.
Great
There's only
job,
2
John.
posts.
Jesus
and they're both
Christ.
in hot take threads.
What will Austin think of our podcast now that you've made one?
Oh
mistake?
yeah, I did click on the wrong one. My bad.
Oh, fantastic. Last hot take of the night, lads, comes to us from underscore the 12th with a negative 3 points. Quote, Trump second term more likely than crew making the playoffs. Hashtag sad, and then a question mark. Drolby Scrinface, how much of Robert Mueller's testimony did you watch today?
A non-zero amount. I watched to the first break, actually. The first PP break.
So you watched the Judicial Oversight Committee?
Yeah, so basically I watched him say, it's in the fucking report, you idiots.
That's right.
Over and over again.
Did you watch what was the second one?
I saw Jim Jordan, shit his pants.
Oh, my God.
I saw Steve Shabbat shit his pants.
Tim Jordan just got named in a new OSU sexual assault case today.
Shocking exactly nobody.
Jim Jordan's like, we won this debate so hard it was like a rape, and I watched it, or did I? Jim Jordan covered up rape.
Repeatedly.
Remember that, Ohio State fans, of which I am one. We have blood points to give away. Man, what a horrible transition.
We'll edit that out.
3, 2, 1. Darby, how are you?
Better now.
Oh,
after
we're on
the
Periscope.
edit.
It lives forever. I'm upset as much as anyone. Okay? About it. All right? I wasn't.
There are no hearts coming right now.
There's probably no one watching.
Also that. Nate Beckman, I think, probably
That's a joined message, I think.
Oh, there's actually a shitload of hearts coming.
A lot of hearts,
but they're
the
in
lag.
Seattle
Got
Sounders colors. Yeah. Awesome. I don't like it. I wasn't. Somebody's commenting. I didn't want it.
You know we can't read this, right? I mean, as you're commenting.
Huh?
It says hi from Brazil.
Oh. What's up? Okay. We have blood points to give away. Drabs. Now that you're a cider man, thanks to Karen Crooknally, who we know is the
Karen
producer.
put her cider in my mouth, and it's just been fantastic.
Basis Radio, you have 2 blood points
Looks
to
like
give
it's
away.
that time of the month for the cider, I guess.
Go.
Listen, I didn't like that joke either, all right?
In 3, 2,
I'm just here laughing about it.
Wait a minute, we go back to the master report in 3, 2, 1.
I'm Alex Stanek. I'm intolerable. Everybody go listen to ACES Radio instead. It's going to be awesome.
Jesus Christ, Alex. To be commenting after that kind of joke. All right, Darby.
So I'm going to give a blood point to Super Agent Lawyer. That hot take was short, sweet, to the point, and very timely, so well done. My second blood point is going to go to League's Cup. Not for anything in the hot take other than the phone number that they put at the very end.
What is that?
It's BK5.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's
All right.
what?
All right, League's
the
Cup.
phone number they list for their local Columbus office is the Burger King here
You
on Fifth
know.
Avenue.
Oh, the shitty Burger King down the
BK5.
street?
Yeah.
Get to my soul and also my genitals. Brett Miller.
You should probably call it.
I looked it up when I saw it just to check, and that's
Brett Miller, go ahead and give us your blood points while I open up Skype.
First one's going to go to Columbus Crew Eagle. And the second one is going to go to Columbus Crew Eagle.
Okay, we'll ignore that.
Because you really want Columbus Crew Eagle to show up at the victory celebration at the end of the season.
I mean, that would be pretty fantastic.
What's the number again, Drabs? Are you on the subreddit?
614
All right.
421.
Wait a minute. I hit one too many ones. Okay. What is it? 614
421
421
1931.
Okay, here we go.
You're asking for the League's Cup.
Okay.
Burger King, Fifanola Tenji.
Hey, I'd like to place a to-go order.
You're not allowed to do that, sorry.
Oh! Oh! Morgan just got owned by BK5.
Drabs are all owned by BK5. Of course we are.
You can't do that. Click.
You definitely got to call it back now.
Should we call it back?
Yes.
Oh.
All right, what's the
They
number
do
again?
not get paid
one more
enough
time.
for
I'm
this
only going to
shit.
call it one
No.
more time because we
Hit
don't have.
redial.
Well, I already quit
He
the
doesn't
thing.
know how to do that.
Okay, 614. Drabs, what is it again?
421.
421. I will only call it one more time.
1931.
421.
Well, you want me to ask this time? It's a different voice.
Give me one more chance, John. I believe in myself.
This is nice. Is this a new Ralph cut drop or something?
I did it again. I did I fucked up. Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
I pressed one too many times. All right, give it to me one more time, Drabs. Come on.
Give it to me. This is the
Something
fourth,
Pam has
the
never
fourth
said to
time
you.
he's been told the number for his second
421-1931.
Yeah.
It assumes that you have pressed one. I think.
This is just a Skype to Skype ringtone, I think.
Yeah, this is not.
It doesn't make this noise when you call real phone numbers.
It does. It shouldn't.
It rings
probably
like a normal
blocked you.
phone.
Here, I'll just redial the one
It's
that I
Burger
already
King.
called.
They don't know how to do that.
The only thing that I can do is block that. Here we go.
Yeah.
No, that didn't work.
Okay.
Okay,
here,
let's move
there's-
on. I don't
there's,
Moving
wait,
on!
there's an alternate number I just
Oh, here we
looked
go.
at.
Thank
Okay.
Christ.
Wait, Burger King has two numbers for that location?
614
Yeah.
551
1931.
No, you're.
What are we actually
You're going to
calling
read my
our
number, and I know what you're going to.
6926.
Drabs. Now he has to actually edit that out.
3, 2, 1. All right, who's up? Who's up? John. You
What?
have blood points to give away.
I
Please
do not want to. Columbus Eagle can have them both, I guess.
Come on, dude. Remember when?
None of this
Remember
was
when
fun-
you cared?
None
No
of this
one's
was
gonna give
fun.
setting the table anything?
None of this was funny.
Setting the table did the whole 3-minute
Oh, I forgot about
When?
that.
yeah, in the intro.
It was,
Oh, that counts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Well, yeah, because we played it before John
It's
was
a different.
Previously.
No, I heard
Oh,
this.
Everything
I heard
is
this.
fucked.
I don't want to hear it again.
Okay. All
Don't
right.
you? You kind of do.
No, I don't.
So you want to give possibly both of those to setting the table instead?
He can have one. The Eagle still gets the other.
All right. We'll see how that works out.
You can give your points to setting the table.
My first blood point goes to setting the table, and my second blood point goes to.
Drabs, how you doing over there?
Okay.
My God, I apparently have to shit less than Morgan does.
I'm gonna
Surprising with
I'm
all the
just gonna
prunes you
leave.
eat.
I hate this segment.
We have score predictions, I believe, to update. Lads, is that not what we do next? I've had an aneurysm, and I've made
the
hot
Burger
poo poo splatter in my top weenus area, as they say. You know when you put your tights on, John?
Nope.
When you go to put your pants on before you do that.
You put your tights on before, and then you put pants on over
Get
them?
all of it together.
You wear Spanx?
Sometimes you
Is that
just,
what you're saying?
You got to poop all over that area. Ooh, I got some poo-poos. I got some splatter all over my boys. Remember that?
I
You shit on your balls?
I heard from 10 seconds ago when you said
How
it.
far do they hang down?
Yeah, see, you just said, you remember. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 games to update. Cruisers FC taking on the Chicago Fire on Wednesday for the final time in the village of Bridgeview. The guest, a.k.a. Travis Irvine, who is a tragic failure of a guest and is high on, I would guess, a lot of
Is he
things
gone?
that you can smoke in a pipe. Yes.
Or is he late? Oh, okay.
He said it was going to be a 0-7 loss. And while that was certainly close to being true, it was a 2-2 tie. You get 0 points and may God have mercy on the guess. Sean Sitar, the wetness, the wet boy. You said it was going to be a 1-1 tie. You dirty bitch. It was a 2-2 tie. You get 5 points. May God have mercy on your soul. Drolby Scrinface. You said it was going to be a 1-1 tie, and that was a lot further away from being the truth than what John said. And you possibly get some points, and no one is sure. Morgan Hughes, you said it was going to be a 0-2 loss, and that was we did.
No.
No, other team
That
did
was never
score
a
2
thing.
points, but unfortunately, at the last second, somebody hit a 2, and it was a tie. You get 0 points. May God have mercy on your soul. Cruiser FC then on Saturday taking on the Fighting Drogba Leg Blocks from Montreal or wherever the fuck they're from. The guests, a.k.a. Steve Abreu, on tour. You said it was going to be a 1-1 tie, and while that was certainly not true, it was also not true. It was a 2-1 win. You get 0 points. May God have mercy on your soul. Sean Sitar. We cannot find what you said, and
No,
is
that's
sure.
not true. I recall exactly
We've
what
consulted
John
the record, and
Uh-huh.
we don't like how.
Dun, 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 dun.
We don't like. No, I wouldn't do that, and we don't like how quickly you're ascending the standings, John. Right now, and you get 15 points
For
because you said
correctly predicting exactly a 2-1
just because
result.
we pity you so much.
God, a lot of people saying it's the most dangerous result to predict.
A lot of people are saying it's
It
not
is
too
the
late in the
most-
season for you to make the playoffs, John.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Alex Thomas says that, and he's high as fuck. Drolby Scrinface, you said it was going to be a 1-1 tie because you're a coward, and that's the only
And
thing
also
you
it
predict
was
now.
actually a correct score for a while.
It was a 2-1 win. You get 0 points because you're a d-bag and you lick butthole and you eat poop before you go to bed. Ooh, give me some of that poop, he says, and then you fall asleep. Morgan Hughes, continuing champion, the guy who every child says smells great, and they're like, that's the man who's good with us.
You just got done ranting about how you shit on your own balls.
You should not brag about children smelling you and saying that you're good.
Hey, listen, I shit on my own self, and then kids tell me that I smell good.
I can't help what they say about me!
I mean, you could just now.
Sometimes I'm just at the playground! And I say, am I good with you or not?
Morgan touches us in all the best ways.
And they actually have never said that, no matter how many times
Julius,
I've asked.
make that a drop, please.
You said it was going to be a 2-0 win, and unfortunately, that was pretty close. And then it was
impossible
5
beyond
points.
about the 30th minute.
In last place, Slonimax, a.k.a. Von Seagull, and Travis Irvine, who has been smoking salvia recently. You have 10 points, may God have mercy on your soul. In third place, Sean Sitar, the big mover this week. He goes from some amount of points.
Third to third.
But a higher third.
One of the biggest movers.
To 40 points. You're still in third place, and lick my balls. In second place, Drolby Scrinface. He's always number 2. In first place, Morgan Hughes. You're uncatchable.
And you're a top boy, and every time you're at the playground, the kids are like, look at this boy! He's so good with us!
You're turned completely away from the microphone and are still blowing it out.
Yes!
Hold on, John. I'll fix that in 1, 2, 3.
And everyone at the playground is like, well, I respect you as a fellow child. Oh, look how tall you are and how good
Did
you
you
are.
say I respect you as a fellow child?
I didn't say that.
I mean, he's
They
a mental
said that.
child.
That's fucking weird, too.
That is what they say, John.
They said,
He is definitely like.
actually, no, I think
I respect you as someone with the intelligence of a child.
I don't want that anymore. I reject
Children look
that.
at him and say, "You are definitely our peer."
I reject that compliment, you dirty children, bitches.
That is very Michael Jackson.
Please don't edit that into a drop. Ladies and gentlemen, Cruisers FC taking on New York Red Bulls of the greater New Jersey area. But before we get into our thoughts and predictions, let's see this week if the weather report with Alex Thomas works. It's going to be tricky in 3, 2, 1.
And now, an ACES radio exclusive.
We want it now!
The Weather Report with Uncle Sportsman himself,
If I wasn't Jamaican,
Alex Thomas.
then why would I wear this hat?
It's gonna rain!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls alike, welcome back. It's another edition of the Weather Report with Uncle Alligator himself, Alex Thomas. Alex, welcome back to the program.
Morgan. So good to be here.
Oh, my God, this guy. Oh, I can
Been a
feel
while,
the
man.
heat coming off those genitals. How you been, my friend?
Real good, man. I've been missing you.
I've been missing you right back.
Alert.
Oop, there's that.
Alex Thomas has entered the game.
Welcome, Alex Thomas. Oh, my God, what a treat.
I heard you had some throwback tracks last week. Due to
Throwback.
technical difficulties.
Oh, yeah, I
Nice.
remember that. Yeah.
Right on.
We've the weather report has not been doing well the last couple of weeks. This is a hard, firm reset.
There's a lot of things hard and firm right now, and
As
the
they say
reset's
in
one of
industry.
them. But
Just as friends, though.
Yeah, we're here.
We reset it hard. We go firm at each other and inside of each other. We get inside of each other and we explore.
Right, we're finding out what the inside of friendship
Yeah.
is.
Just what is the wetness inside of each other and the moist dampness of our insides? What is it like as friends?
Yeah, the wet end of the friendship.
Yeah.
I can't believe we got Eunice now to complement our weenus.
So there's so many nessnesses, as they say in the streets. Alex, we're traveling to New Jersey.
Yeah,
On
indeed.
Saturday, we being Cruisers FC taking on the Red Bulls of the greater New York, New Jersey area.
Mm-hmm.
What are we looking at? What are we looking at from the weather perspective?
Dude, it's going to be gorgeous. 7:30 kick, New Jersey. It's going to be sunny. It's going to be like 80 degrees.
Oh, my God.
Winds out of the south-southeast at like 5 miles an hour. Just enough to blow that like hot waft of trash.
Ooh.
It's going to be sweet, man.
Are there piles of trash there?
I don't know.
Last time I was there, I was pretty drunk.
Could be there.
John Clem got maced.
I remember that.
He fell off of the top of a seating area onto his head, and it was such
And then they maced him.
It was such an unfortunate collapse that the security guards were like, "Don't touch the dead body." And then he jumped up. He was shirtless.
And then just...
And they were like, "Oh, okay." No, he
They
got
might have
maced.
thought he was an animal because of his chest hair and like just hair in general.
Oh, buh. They call him Mr. Poopy. There it is.
Poopy Pants.
So this will be there won't be any there's not going to be rain. There's not
going to be
wind.
hot water breaks.
This is who is the better team from a soccer perspective?
Exactly.
Not who can manage the
And
weather.
the team's had some magic on that field, a couple times. I don't think it's anywhere where we can't go and pull off something miraculous, and the weather's going to be nice to do it.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you give us a prediction in case Henry Crognell doesn't make it to segment 3? And I don't mean doesn't make it. I mean he has to go home because he's tired.
Yeah. Is he going to bring you guys licorice cookies?
I would guess yes.
And a real quick update for my favorite listeners.
Here we go.
Melon update.
All right.
It's like softball size now.
Are you growing melons or something?
Bro.
I remember that. It's a thing that we talked about.
Yeah, okay. Although I said I think we can do it,
okay,
I don't know that we can. So I'm going to go with a 2-1 Red Bulls victory.
2-1, so saith the guest, assuming that Henry Crognale, say that, does not stick around.
He's from the old country.
The old country of Warren, Ohio. Mm-hmm. Anything else you got for us this week, Alex?
Nah, man, I just can't wait to talk to you guys about my melon again.
Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for Uncle Alligator for stopping by. Thank you so much, my friend. We appreciate everything you do.
Thanks for having me.
Smoke weed every day.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Thomas. What an unbelievable treat this guy is. Did you remember him ever talking about his melon straps?
Oh, yeah. I definitely plan on putting Alex melons in my mouth at some point.
Drinking too much.
Yeah.
I need
he's
more Mike
growing
and
the
Ike's.
melons. It was a weather report thing either last week or the week before.
Some needs to sop up all this booze I've been drinking. Give me some Mike and Ike's in my mouth.
Putting those banana hammocks in your mouth.
Yeah, girl. Drabs, we're playing New York Red Bulls away on the road. Your thoughts on the match, my friend?
Yeah. I actually had to go do some goddamn research because we can't automatically assume a crew lost these days. Red Bull are kind of all over the place. Bradley Wright Phillips has been injured. He's been a shell of his former self. He should probably go fuck off to USL somewhere and own part stock in the Las Vegas Lights or whatever. The thing we know, though, is that they score goals. Even when they lose, when they draw on the road, they still score. This is not a team you shut out. They figure out ways to at least get one on the board. So that means you've got to score on your end of the field. And the crew have done a better job of that in the past couple of games. So this would be a really solid test against a playoff caliber team and see if what we've seen in the past couple of games is an actual resurgence or if it was an aberration. I don't know yet. I don't really have a good sense of what to expect from this game, but it's going to be a real legitimate test on the road.
Fantastic. Brent Miller, how are you?
Doing great, Morgan. Thanks for asking.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not ready to start predicting crew wins yet. I haven't seen anything from the past couple of games that makes me think that we're going to come out and just start beating teams, especially on the road. I have no confidence that we can score after watching our DP level striker miss 10 shots 5 feet in front of the net in the 2 games combined. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be good.
All right, Brent Miller has no confidence in the crew. In fact, Brent Miller says, quote, I hope they move to Austin FC before the 2019 season, which is, man, it's aggressive. But all the crystal meth you've been doing in back of McDonald's suddenly makes a lot more sense. John Zadar, you're on this show, and you have attached the microphone that is... Oh, no, it's just laying.
Just holding it up with the thing.
I thought you had wrapped it around your neck with the... Okay.
John, could you please do that? Go ahead and pull it tight.
Jesus Christ, Clint.
I'm trying to waste time because it looks like you're not done.
He's doing some art
I'm
things.
I'm just writing the hashtag.
You're doing arts. Have you, Drabs?
Did you need the marker?
Yeah.
No.
Let's take
I thought
a minute.
you were done with it.
I just
I
had
need
to
a fucking marker. But
I
whatever.
had to erase.
Well, none of
whatever
the markers
fuck-
fucking work, so...
Let's take a minute, actually, to talk about... So, John has this Twitch thing, and the other night I was watching him do art based on video games. I know you're an art boy. I've seen your work before, but it was objectively really
Thanks for
cool.
acknowledging my art boyness.
You talking about
your
me?
art boyness. No, not you. Fuck you,
Oh, okay.
Morgan.
But I
No,
encourage
like,
you to
it
follow
was-
my Twitch stream, though.
Fuck off. No, it was
I will say it was fun to watch you like in the process of creating. That was a thing that I enjoyed. So keep doing you, buddy.
Thanks. Come hang out. Give me follows. I need more follows.
Yeah. So he's
No,
is
that is
it
not the
Art
official
Soldier?
Yes.
position of,
Art
Aces
Soldier
Radio.
on
Yeah.
Twitch TV. So
No.
yeah. Anyway,
Morgan likes to come
fun
and
when
stream,
I'm there.
and so maybe if you're lucky, you'll come and watch me on a night when Morgan's not there.
Occasionally, when I'm not banned by the auto moderator.
Right.
They're like, you posted too many things without periods and all in capital letters, they'd say. And
I
they'd
did jump
stumble
right
over
Your
their words.
conversational behavior is troll-esque and thus auto-banned.
I did. The first thing I posted when I joined the last time was doing art already. God damn it!
Yeah,
So,
doing art, John. That's what we say. Every time all
And
of us
then
are
I went
here,
on to do them.
We've
Yeah, he
watched
did.
you a lot, and we say, where's all the art at? And then we laugh.
So anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
We have some brandy, too. What?
Yeah. So like you've got hashtags and stuff to talk about the game, but I just wanted to throw that out there because that was kind of cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't remember what am I supposed to be doing now?
Score
prediction?
No,
Yeah.
not score predictions. This is just talk about the game.
Oh, you
What's-
could do
yeah.
both. That's fine.
I don't
No,
really
that's
know
not
what
how
to
this works.
expect. I don't know how many are the new guys all available at this point. Or
I think we're waiting on P1 visas, which sounds sexual and awesome.
I'm
for who though?
actually
All of
not
them?
sure.
Like
Whoever is just like not.
I don't know who's available, who's not, and once everyone's available, I don't know who's going to be starting and who's
Hamilton and Eunice were the ones who were waiting. I don't know if they've achieved them yet.
Eunice is like, I'm waiting for my P1.
I don't
I'm
know
not
if
ready.
all these
Hamilton's
guys are
weird
anticipated to be like starters, so I don't really know. I don't know. I know New York's. They're not as good as they probably should be, but they're still good, and they score a lot of goals.
They're
so-
fourth in the East, so
The fuck these guys think
nice.
Yeah.
I think the crew are garbage, and I think it doesn't matter how many times you get your P1. Eunice is probably still not the solution.
That was a little bit of a weird signing. I'm hoping turns out, but like a 27-year-old who doesn't score and get assists from the wings is not a great on paper.
To me, Eunice
See, I
looked like a more capable Justin Merrim.
Haven't done any
that's kinda
research on
how-
these guys.
And didn't we always wanted Justin to be good, and yet he always refused to be that. So
Well, by 27, Justin had good seasons. I'm not sure if this
Justin
guy's-
Merrim just like single-handedly won that Atlanta game the other day. 2 goals.
I mean, you could. This is not a knock on you, but you could probably get a brace if you were playing for Atlanta with how many scoring threats they have.
he said that about me, and it was actually more
Morgan could not get a brace.
Actually, nobody
playing
said
for
that.
Atlanta.
Right.
Well, I thought you were talking about an injury that I would sustain. You would need a brace.
Yeah, you
is what
would need
said,
a brace
to get off the field. Drabs.
Yeah.
Score prediction: Cruisers FC, New York Red Bulls.
I'm gonna go with. Hang on, I have to do my hashtags now. They have a marker that kind of works.
All right. You want me to just go ahead and do like a
I'm just
fill
gonna
in?
Go with that. So I'm sticking with the whatever team we're playing, and then Columbus as. I'm going to say New York Red Bulls, a.k.a. whatever team we're playing, 2 goals, Columbus 1 goal. There have been some positive signs recently, but I think Red Bull are going to be the better team at home. Hashtag BWP APB, hashtag RIP BWP.
Smoke weed every day.
Brett Miller, doesn't matter what you say. No one
But we'll
respects
listen
you as a
anyway.
man, but everyone knows that you're that crazy man from behind of McDonald's. You've been doing a lot of crystal
Behind
meth.
of McDonald's?
You've been masturbating in front of people that didn't want it.
Morgan,
And
you did ask
you've been
for it.
taken to jail
I don't know why
for
you
it.
say you don't want
Your
it.
prediction for the match, my friend.
Those kids got into that van to watch Morgan masturbate, not Brent, okay?
You're taking away my performance time.
I'm going to go Red Bull 3, Crew 1.
Ooh.
Hashtag 2019 MLS Cup champion Columbus Crew. Hashtag
Ooh.
just kidding.
Oh,
I see what
roasted.
you did
Jesus Christ. John Zadar.
My marker didn't really work, but I'm predicting a 1-3 Cruisers loss. I only have a single hashtag this week, and it's shooting my Pizzelli in that tan girl's belly.
Which will make no sense, hopefully, because of the great editing job I've done on segment 2. Shh. Only racist dreams now. I say Cruisers FC 0, New York Red Bulls 2. Hashtag Team Sear Berhalter, and then at the end it says, so many friends, so much heat. And then we'll edit out that, too. Drabs, any volunteer opportunities this week?
No. Volunteer to come to Endeavor and drink beer.
You could go vote for Jeremy
fuck?
Holland and Chris.
Wait,
I'm
what?
fucking bored. I want to go home.
Oh.
You could go vote for Jeremy Holland and I was doing another cocktail impression.
Yeah, the MLS community MVP thing.
You could go vote for that.
Yeah,
Crew
there's a
have
volunteer thing.
nominated Chris. So, yeah, go vote for that on the Twitters.
John, what's GCG bag got going on this weekend?
I don't know.
You're still yawning. How's that possible?
They
At some
need to
point
be
you have
clean-
to breathe.
Hopefully GCG Bag is cleaning up the goddamn parking lot after all the empty balloons that are sitting around. Looks like a sex fest with all the broken condoms in the parking lot.
As I always say to Murderers Row, if you're volunteering to clean up your own needles, it's not community service. Steven and Eric, what are we talking about with Tony Hogan Lad Party? You guys got what do you guys got? Like a volleyball? You got a volleyball tournament?
2:30 is Sunday.
2:30 on Sunday.
If someone wants to watch
soccer first,
amateur.
Wait, you go to soccer first to play volleyball?
If anyone wants to drive 45 minutes to Plain City to watch amateur men's soccer.
All right.
Oh. Did you see, by the way, Grove City is establishing one of those, like, fucking drink out in public areas.
That's pretty dang cool.
Yeah,
like
Are you about to say that maybe people will go there then?
No, I obviously not. There's nothing that can make people go to Grove City.
Hey, we just wanted to go ahead and legalize this thing that 90% of our residents already do.
We should go and record in one of the public drinking areas at some point. We could do man on the street interviews in the Grove City drunken public
We can
area.
do man on the street interviews wherever. I almost never drink at these things.
Breaking news: Grove City has legalized doing crystal meth in a fucking dumpster out back of a Rax.
You hear that, Brent? You can masturbate places other than McDonald's.
But why would you, really?
Right.
Ah, Jesus. So go to the little hot baby party outside of Dublin on Sunday at 2:30.
Just Google Little Hot Baby Party. It'll take you right there.
What is it called? Soccer Plus?
Yeah.
Soccer first. It's the first soccer. Do not go to the second soccer. That's
You don't
it's a
want
sex
that.
party.
You don't want that.
You don't want that. Drabs, anything else we got going on?
The end of this podcast, thankfully.
Who are we playing on Saturday? Metro Stars?
The little hot corn dogs.
New Jersey.
Little tiny hot baby sausage.
Yeah.
The fight in Aaron Long.
Foot long Hogan boys.
On behalf of everyone that has to listen to this, I'm so goddamn sorry. And I will do my best to edit segment 2 out of existence. On behalf of benevolent corporate overlord sponsors, Blood, Urine, Spit, Salvia, Foot Golf, Larry Turd, the dead rotting corpse of Kevin Burns. My name is Carol Seaver, and all Lord Gammer's people said...
Yet another penis joke.
Oh my God.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
Please have a party. Feed us drinks. Get us laid. Ow!
Dude, don't pretend like you're busy working or something, dude. You know you're in bed, freaking watching PlayStation or something like that.
That's the word on the street.
He didn't hear me?
He did not.
You don't have to worry about him. He's stuffing his mouth with that food.
Oh, my God. Oh, sweet, tiny infant baby monkey balls. How does he come back from it? With a mouthful of food.
Yeah.
Yeah.